Good evening to those in the Philippines. Good morning to those in the U.S. Good afternoon to those in the UK, and all the surrounding. Thank you guys. I see a couple of you came in early. I seen the professor early. I seen Jack Hobson as well. Also, Will Data. How you guys doing? Sperling Edwards. How you guys doing? Thank you guys for coming in early. Now, I want to get into this topic today because I'm going to talk about a bunch of random different things today. Now, during this live stream, I'm going to talk about, how guys get caught up in the fast life in the Philippines. And then I'll explain why. I'm going to explain why. And a lot of you guys know why, but I'm going to get in deep into it because I even went through, I didn't go get caught up in the fast life, but I got caught up in somewhat of the fast life. It's not really the fast life, but it's with being happy. That's what it is. And I want to talk about that too as well, because that's a lot of what it is. Is a lot of you guys are escaping the matrix, really. That's how it is in the States. You guys are escaping the matrix and you're coming over here, and then the fast life is much more sweet here in the Philippines, you know? So yeah, I definitely want to talk about it today. I'm definitely going to talk about that. I'm gonna let some more people get in the room. Sperling Edwards, how you doing? Kyle Vaughns, Dante Ellis, thank you guys for joining. Carl Vaughns, Sperling Edwards. Also early in here, we had the Jack Hobson, who said he's passed out at 4 a.m. here. The professor, I feel you, Will. Can't miss that call. Will actually had to speak with his lady, so he can't miss that call. And that's the message from Will. And I understand how it is, when you talking with a Filipino online, okay, like that online life is life. And it's like that for them. For the guys, maybe not so much, but even for the guys too, because that's how I felt. And yeah, escaping is right. That's true, Michael Mirday. And what's going on, Tony Anderson? How you doing? And it really is. A lot of guys are really escaping the matrix, and they come here in the Philippines, and it's their first time escaping the matrix. Now, for you guys that have someone over here that you're talking to, it's a little bit different. Okay, you're coming over to a life of love, and your Filipino will make sure you don't get caught up in it. That you'll almost guarantee that you're gonna don't get caught up in it. You know, you'll be on lock smash, and it's really no escaping that. But still, a Filipino will help you out a lot with those things. I remember when I came out here, I wasn't ready at all. To be honest with you, I was still immature. I was mature as far as being able to keep income coming in. Really, that was as mature as I needed to be actually. But I wasn't mature with, you know, I was in a what do you call it? I was in a minimalist yet. Okay, now you definitely need to develop a minimalist mindset in the Philippines because that's what happens. And it happens to guys in the States. I definitely want to get into it. But I'm going to wait for some more people to come in, though. And I'm definitely going to get into this topic because it's very important. Now, a lot of you guys, it won't happen to. A lot of you guys are coming, you already have your plan set. Your mind is already focused. And it shows that for you guys listening that just maybe you just heard of me maybe a month ago and you started watching me and you kind of want to go to the Philippines, but you're not ready yet. There's some guys that have been talking to their Filipinas for years already, like the professor. I know he's been talking to his Filipina for years. I think the same thing with Will as well. So they're coming when they come over here, they're going to be a little bit more ready than some of you guys that are just starting to consider coming to the Philippines. So for those guys, this is especially for you. If this is your first time watching me and you're just thinking about, okay, now I'm going to come to the Philippines, this is especially for you. But still, even for those guys, because I got caught up in it when I first came. I got caught up in it, but not the fast life, but I got caught up in, you know, escaping the matrix my first time. When I came out here, and it happens, you guys will come out here and you go, man, everything is so cheap. And that's the first no-no. Once you say everything is so cheap, that's when this starts happening. And, because you have to think about it. It's funny, like Case Uncle, right? I remember he came out here. I was talking to him about maybe 2 years ago. He was physically in the Philippines, right? And he's from the States. He's from California, and he said, when he's in California, he spends money, right? Because he has to. But when he's in the Philippines, he thinks on how cheap it can be, and I really didn't get it. But then, you think about it and go, yeah, that makes sense, because when things are that cheap here, you can really get caught up. You get caught up in that, and that can be the fast life too, in a way. You know, because things are so cheap. Before you know, you're buying, and then the most dangerous thing is when you're not a happy person too. That's when you come to the Philippines, set your mind on how they spend money. Yeah, no, it's true. It really needs to be a reminder for people, because some of you guys are disciplined, but a lot of people aren't. And I'm going to go into an article about it, because it shows, and it's an article that talks about how, a lot of people in the States right now that are making like up to 73,000 and don't even have a year and don't even have 1,000 in their bank account, you know? So that goes to show you there the mindset of the people that are coming here, like the same people that are over there. And it's a high percentage too, guys. I think it's like 75% or something like that of the people that make up to a 75,000 don't even have 1,000 saved in a bank account. And it's a sad situation. And I learned to be more frugal, not frugal so much, but I learned to be more disciplined when I came to the Philippines, because I had to be, because I was a victim of it myself. I'm not telling you guys something I didn't do before. I actually was a victim of it myself. I was caught up in, especially when you're in Manila, everything is at your fingertips, and I didn't know. I didn't know. I thought I was. How can I say? I thought things were more convenient in the States, because I was in the States before the boom in delivery services. Before the boom in well, Grab had the boom, but it didn't really hit for the food yet. Because I'm talking about I was in the U.S. in 2015. You know, and so when I came to the Philippines, right, 2015 going into 2016, Philippines had already had McDonald's delivering, everything was delivering. So actually, Manila was more convenient than being in the States. So, and that contributed to me getting fat. So I blew up like a balloon, you know, and I was caught up in the fast life. Then you go to the store, and then you see beer and alcohol, and then you see Red Horse. So I was caught up in it too. That's the fast life, actually, because you die fast doing that. And I seen the Red Horse was a lot cheaper than beer in the States. And I was caught up that way. Not so much in the fast life and prostitution and nothing like that, but guys get caught up with that as well. But I was caught up with that, with the beer. Okay. And you get caught up, and the thing was, right, I was caught up in it to the fact where I had kidney and also liver problems from over drinking for years. I was drinking since I was 16 years old, you know. So I was caught up in the fast life too. So in that matter, yes, I was. What's going on, Futures? How you doing? Yeah, what up, J and K? Just checking in. Thank you for coming here. Eddie Perez, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, Eddie Perez. But no, you can get caught up in a fast life. Now, the thing is, and this is why you get caught. Every expat almost gets caught up because a lot of times expats are here in the Philippines, and you see the same guys. Like they'll be the same guys that are usually by the bars, and it can be very boring in the Philippines. Like say if you don't have things planned in your life, you don't have a steady gym regimen, things like that, and you don't have anything to focus on. Like me, I vlog, so I always have something to focus on. Um, it can get very boring in the Philippines. It can get extremely boring, and then it's so easy. What does Red Horse compare? Well, Red Horse is kind of like, actually Red Horse is very inexpensive, but I don't know, it's a decent beer. I won't lie to you. I like Red Horse, and I drink all kinds of Red Horse. And They have Red Horse San Miguel. Thanks a lot for the super chat, Terry Fleming. I've drunk Red Horse, San Miguel, and I drunk the San Miguels that were in the bottle. That's kind of like the Corona, and it didn't taste like Corona, but it was decent. And if anybody's ever drunk, I know Jack Hobson's drunk them. I'm gonna hate to call you out, Jack, but it's true. I know you drink on a regular, and it was comparable to a Corona. Not as good, but it was comparable to a Corona. And you get caught up. You get caught up in that. But the thing is, the thing I want to talk about, what guys getting caught up with mostly is the prostitution racket and all of that. I want to talk about as well, and the overspending. Okay, now the reason why that happens is the reason why people get caught up overspending, even in the U.S. Right? Because 75% of people in the U.S. don't have more than 1,000 in a bank account. What's going on, Simply Rocco? So those same people come over here, right? Now, what happens is in the Philippines, things are way cheaper. Even the bar girls, okay? Cheap but not a good taste. Yeah, I don't drink anymore, nor do I smoke cigarettes anymore. Yeah, me too. But for those guys that are coming over here that do, you know, like tread lightly. If you want to quit, that's the thing. If you want to quit smoking and drinking, quit smoking and drinking while you're in the States. Because you'll get to the Philippines and the temptation is there and it's cheaper. So yeah, definitely if you don't want to drink anymore or smoke anymore, quit that before you come. Because when you're here, things are gonna be so much cheaper. And if you're a guy that's, not really dealing with women like that or doesn't have a woman here, you'll get here and then the smoking and drinking and then the bar. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you, how you doing, True North? Smash that like button, yeah. But no, it's true. And guys get caught up all the time. And the sad thing is, there's a lot of guys that get caught up in that bar life, end up poor, and they don't even care because they're happy. They got away from the States, and there's guys that end up poor here, and they were just happy in the Philippines because they were so miserable where they were from. They were so miserable where they're from, and they don't mind. They don't mind that they're poor because they just don't want to go back. Like a lot of guys that are here have nothing to go back to. Like me, I have a family to go back to. I have people that still love me. Like I'm not fleeing anything from the States. You know, I had problems in the States, but I wasn't running from it. I was always the same person there as I am here. So I wasn't running from anything. But still, you know, when I left the States, I wanted a peace of mind, but I ran into a whole lot of problems when I first came because I actually quit smoking and drinking. I quit smoking and drinking before I came, right? And let me tell you guys, a lot of you may have known. Let me see. I don't drink or smoke, so I'm definitely save money. I'm an introverted, chill person, but I still like the vibes of festivals and celebrations. Just not big on bars. Yeah, I hear you. And there'll definitely be a lot of celebrations in the Philippines. When the Philippines opens, guys, I'm telling you, there's so many festivals. Like they have the festivals with the beauty pageants out here, and you guys got to go to those. Because it's like the whole province is behind. It's wild. Like wherever you're from, if you go to the festival, and then when they go past into the next festival when they're competing, you got to travel with them, guys, and go as they're competing against somewhere else. Because then they all end up in Manila. Say if they go to the finals, they end up in Manila, and they all compete in over there in Pasay. It's beautiful. I went there one. I went there one time. I forgot the name of it. What's the name of that festival, okay? Okay, you know the name of that festival?
The what?
That festival.
Where?
That's in Pasay, where everybody competes in different provinces all around, Cebu everywhere, and then they go to Pasay for the finals, and they do the big model competition.
I forgot.
Well, you guys know what I'm talking about. Some of you guys
If they watch your blog,
yeah, if they watch my vibe, but I'll be sure to start pointing out those videos for you guys. Philippines has poor healthcare and poor infrastructure. No way I moved there unless I had a 4,000 a month coming in. Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. Big Truck Series, and and you know, and I don't. I'm not bragging anything, but that's around what I don't. I don't feel like I should say this on live, but yeah. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna say it. But anyway, no, but yeah, no, you can do that. You can do that. But Big Chuck knows what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about. But hello, Kay. Terry Fleming said hello, Kay.
Thank you for the super chat, Terry.
Yeah, thanks for the super chat, Terry. Always be authentic to be true to yourself. Yeah, no, it's true, and that's the thing with the Philippines. You can make that income here actually if you do it online, or you can even do it here. There's ways to do it here. There's no mascara festival here in Bacolod City this year. Oh, okay, so it's not happening this year out there. I don't know if it's even happening all over the Philippines. It should be though. They should do like say if it's not happening on time, they should do the festival. Say if it takes like say if they have to do it even in the beginning of the year when everything fully opens in the Philippines, then I think that should be the case because foreigners would even pay to go see that. I paid big bucks to go see one. Say if it happened like next week, I'd be right there like, oh okay, I want to see it because guys, even just the amount of meeting, it's like they were in the. It's like they're all like Philippines is like a big pageant place. If you're from the South, you'll love the Philippines. If you like pageants, well, it's still different though than the way it is in the South. It's still better in the Philippines. But if you like that kind of atmosphere, you don't mind it. I'm telling you guys, like it's big. It's like all like Miss Universe contestants. Really, that's how the Philippines. There's so many beautiful women here. Going to one of those things is like going to a Miss Universe tryout. Seriously. And so Jack Hopkins said there's no mascara festival. Hopefully they do have one because I've seen them out there in Bacolod actually. When I was out there, I seen them just in that garb. But yeah, guys. But still, it happens though. As a foreigner coming here, okay, you can get caught up in the lifestyle. Now in the drinking, I was caught up in it, and before I came out to the Philippines from the States, I had problems. Like I felt problems in my kidney area, in my liver area. It all went away now though. Once I stopped everything, and I thank God for that. It all went away, but I was caught up, and I thought I would get away from it, but it's cheap. It's cheap. I stopped smoking Newports, and then I picked up Marlboros. I exchanged habits. I exchanged from the brand. Newports weren't readily available. Of course, Newports are not out here like that unless you go out to the they have them at some duty frees, and I wasn't doing that. And every time you want cigarettes, I was going to buy a carton. So, I would get it from the store. Then I switched over to Marlboro, and I had a Marlboro habit after that. You know, but still, what happens with guys is guys, they're happy, and especially you guys that are coming now. A lot of you are in relationships, but for those guys that may not even be watching that, I may see it maybe tomorrow. That catch you later. To that guy, the more you live faster, you will die. Yep. To that guy, I say, be happy, mostly with just being here and being free. Don't get caught up, all right? Because it happens. You already overspending in the states, right? And then you can caught up in overspending too. You can caught up in overspending too, because that happened with me, right? I was making money out here, and I kept thinking, oh, doesn't matter. I got 1,000 coming every 2 weeks anyway. I was caught up like that for a while. Oh, I got 1,000 coming. I got 3,000 coming in a week, you know. And you get caught up and you just spending, and then before you know it, you live in paycheck to paycheck in the Philippines. I got caught up with that for a while until I realized what am I doing? Like I make so much, I don't even pay that much bills. Like why am I overspending? You know, the lockdown is saving me money. When I came before the pandemic, I was spending like crazy, but now it's just on food. Yeah, and that could happen in the Philippines too, Carl Vons. The food, man, the food. Like I was out today, guys, and I'll be honest with you. Before I didn't know, I knew, but I didn't know until I came here in Calapan, guys. Like over like they have a bunch of different resorts out here, right? And it's like a resort in like every 4 blocks. It's wild. Every 4 blocks is like a resort when it's by the water, and there has to be like 20 of them out here. And I'm just going around exploring the resorts, and it's like the options are different than you find just say if you're eating in a regular province, because in the resorts, they had the more healthier stuff there. And I was out eating today. I was loving it. Yeah, a man goes to another country thinking that he can reinvent himself is a fool. who's in for a rude awakening. You're right, Terry. I gotta share that. A man goes to another country thinking that he can reinvent himself is a fool's in for a rude awakening. No, it's true because those same demons will come back to haunt you. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. That's exactly what happens. And that's why, and guys, like I have an article here I'm going to share with you in a while, but it shows many Americans, they're not experts in managing their own finances. And they broke up money month after month. And this article here is even talking about it. You know, they're bringing in 75,000 and they're living paycheck to check. That's a lot of money to be living paycheck to paycheck. Like what are you spending your money on? And I was wrong. It's not 75, 73% of Americans, pretty much still 75, when you round up. So it shows, and what it is people are not happy. People are not happy in the US for the most part, especially with the lockdown. So people are spending even more. He's still in the same skin, yep. Just came here for the right reasons, not the wrong ones. People need to learn before they get caught up here broke and no way home. Well, no, but Jack, that's the thing. They don't care that they get caught up. That's the thing. Because that happened to a lot of expats that went broke here and they didn't go home. Not that they were running away from something, they were running away from being miserable. And so even though they were broke in the Philippines, they stayed because they were happy. And that's crazy. I couldn't be happy being broke like that and having nothing. That's just me. I couldn't be happy with just having nothing. But some people can, you know. But me, I want to make sure I'm set. So I don't even have to think about money in the Philippines. That's my biggest thing, guys. I don't even want to have to rely on money. I want to get to the point where I got the farm and I have acres among acres among acres of farmland and you know have a rice field and bananas and everything just for miles. That's what I want, guys. And so when you live in land, you have stuff like that. Thanks a lot, Chassis, for the super chat. When you have stuff like that, there's no need to rely on society, because we already seen society is going to fail soon, and I want to get past that point where I'm relying on society. You know, and let me see. Good morning, J and K, TBF fam. Jay, were you already set up with Brooklyn Online before you decided to move? Yes, I was. Chassis, Chassis. That's what actually helped me make my decision. And I tell you guys, um, anybody that I've said before about joining me, I do sales. If you want to join me, I'm gonna have a program ready soon where you guys can actually work to pay your way into the through commission only to pay your way into the program, because I'm not doing it where you just buying the program. But still, Chad, see, I say to anybody that has some skill online, say it could be customer service, whatever it may be, sales, I say to go apply now. Go on Upwork, places like that, apply now, because you'd be surprised people will hire you because people are looking. Live in the Philippines opened up. It's going on 2 years now. But the Observer Melanin, it'll be open soon. The Observer Melanin. If you look at my live stream yesterday, I was talking about it. That right now, and November 15th is going to alert level 2. In 2 weeks after that, what happened here? November 16th. Well, November, okay, it's a day of difference.
No, because it's alert 3 and 15.
Well, yeah, it's going to be, well, still, like I said, November 15th is going to alert level 2. And then after that, by December 1st, pretty soon we'll probably be at alert level 1. And then right after that, Philippines will be opening. So it looks like it may be New Year. Philippines may be opening right in New Year. Like the Observer Maryland, they already have the plans worked out to where they're getting the people ready, the immigration officers ready to handle the influx. They're already training people now to handle it because they're ready to get ready to prepare it. We don't have like 6 months to a year to go, I don't think. Maybe 6 months, but it's still opening soon though. It's a level 2 already in Manila, yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's what we're waiting on, really. Manila. Once Manila gets it together, the whole country opens. And I kept saying it like every video. And I know a lot of people were like, "Oh man, he's just getting people's hopes up." But no, I wasn't. And I kept saying, End of the year, everybody else was like, no, Philippines not opening for 3 years. And I was like, how could Philippines do that? Like, Philippines would never survive. Philippines makes a ton of their money from foreigners. So they couldn't survive 2 more years. People were saying, I was like, these guys don't understand how societies work. Like, the Philippines will crumble. It would crumble, and people would be here, they'd be paying more even in the streets if in 2 years if that happened. I'm leaving America not because of my intrinsic problems or because of America's problems. I don't feel appropriate or welcome here. And I made a video talking about that, Terry Fleming. And that's coming on Monday, actually. I made a video talking about that. I made a video talking about the freedom and the difference and the weight you feel off your shoulders when you step foot in the Philippines. I'm from New York. I'm from New York. Anybody that's from New York, they already know how it is out there, to where it's not even so much that you're black anymore. Like, police they just get whoever they can. It's really, you know, if you stand in a certain area. I don't know if it's changed. I haven't been out there in years, but when I came to the Philippines, it wasn't like that. You know, there was no more because you're in a certain area, you're getting stopped and frisked. It wasn't like that in the Philippines. Only thing was in Manila when Duterte was first in, people were getting shot. But still, it was a lot different though. I have nothing bad to say against Duterte. Actually, he got people in line. It was horrible the way it happened, but people got in line for what he did. I'm tired of fighting that battle and being caught up in the nonsense. Yeah. The Observer Melon said you can also swing trade with cryptocurrency. It's easy to make 1,000 USD a week. And that's the thing too in the Philippines, right, guys? Is the savings. If you don't get caught up in the old ways, because that's how I was in the US too. I was one of those people, 73% of people, that were just living paycheck to paycheck. Until I moved here, that's when I stopped living so much paycheck to paycheck. And I got ahead. I got ahead of that, and I'm gonna get even more ahead of it. And the thing is, from the savings, then you can move your money around differently. Like the Observer Melon is saying, like you can start looking at crypto even more, and then you can start investing your money. So, say for instance, if you're saving half your money, right, you can mess around and save half your money and then invest 25%, you know, or invest 50% of your money. You can even switch it around to where, a lot of your money is going into investments, especially if you're retired, you know, especially if you're retired and you didn't retire just from your investments. You retired from, a job. You can just keep building the investments up even more. And there's a lot of guys doing it, you know. And out here in the Philippines, looking at their investment accounts, going, "Wow, like it just doesn't get no more sweet than this." Imagine that, guys. You're out here and you're living for $800 a month, guys. When I do my budget, it's gonna blow you guys' mind. I'm gonna show you guys my new budget. You're like, "What?" Yeah, guys, it's really low, and you can get it that low, and then also you can even keep it high, and not even too high. You can even, you know, like I may even keep it to what I was paying before, to around 1,300 a month, and just that's gonna be my travel budget. So my travel budget goes up higher, and then I'm just moving around the country the whole time. But but that's what it is, guys. And then also out there, what'll happen is what happens to people in the U.S. is right now they're stuck in debt traps. Okay, it could be a payday loan, a debt settlement scam, or even just a credit card for emergency that people just used. A lot of people in the U.S. are stuck in debt. So when you start to transition and move out here, that debt disappears because you don't have those same issues anymore. Okay, you don't get caught up in living. How much does health insurance cost there? Well, William Fowler, me, I have health insurance, but Kay, I pay $100 a month for both of us, and we have full coverage, everything. But actually, I think they have a. I gotta find it out for you guys. I gotta look it up. I still haven't done it. Kay, help me find that. Look that up tomorrow. the health insurance for foreigners, the prepaid one. Can remember they have the prepaid health
Ah, yeah,
insurance?
Maxicare.
And MaxiCare, yeah, MaxiCare. I use MaxiCare, and
Well,
MaxiCare.
ours is not prepaid though.
I know I was not prepaid, but I think they have it. I think foreigners can get the prepaid.
Uh,
I'll look it up, guys.
why are you asking?
Yeah, yeah, no, someone's asking
Why
about
you
health
asking?
insurance. Huh?
Why are you asking?
What do you want to ask?
I'm joking.
Because they come in, people come to the Philippines, they want health insurance,
Why are you
and,
asking?
and it's good to
guys?
get the health insurance. And that's a good question because it's good to get the health insurance. I didn't hear well. Did you say? Oh no, I said 100 a month for health insurance. Yeah, 100 a month for me and Kate, full coverage. But yeah, it's good to because what it is like the insurance you have there. Of course, it's not gonna. It'll work here in certain hospitals. Like it may work in Manila, but say if you're coming out to the province, okay, you bringing over your Maxicare, whatever else you have, or your Medicare. Yeah, it is cheap. It's not gonna work, and it's full coverage, everything, dental. Actually, at William, I had my mini strokes a while ago. I got a bunch of tests and everything, and it was all of that falls in the insurance. You know, yeah. Well, it's the Philippines. That's why it's cheap. It's the Philippines. Everything is cheap. 2,000 a month. Jay, the problem in America when it comes to drugs is that the powers that be are the harbinger of the drugs bought in the inner city. Well, well, no, this it's a lot. It's like that here too, though. It's like that here too in certain cases. That's why when everything was happening with Duterte when he was president, you notice that he kept talking to people that were in government already. He was always like getting on people because he already knew who was doing. He was like Duterte was no joke, man. I'm not one to big him up, but like everybody was saying, like even Obama was trying to get involved in what Duterte was doing, and Duterte told Obama like, "Yeah, you worried about me, and you can't even stop police from killing black people." And I said, right on Duterte. He's right. Duterte was right when he said that. And I said, man, Duterte is real. He said, "What are you talking about me? Like me, I'm fixing the problem, and you can't even stop people from killing black people, shoot people, cops." And it was like, wow. I was like, he got his point. Mind your business, Obama. Let the man run his country. Okay, I'm going to give up two great paying cryptocurrencies that is very active. Live Period and Loopring. I've made a lot of money off those two. Not financial advice though. Look into them always below. The struggle is real, yeah. $6 X ways, LOL Unreal. So the professor has been looking into it. 500 a week is okay, but you need a minimum of 5,000 for starters. 10,000 would be better. You will have mishaps, so money will dictate you getting through them. 500 a week, minimum 5,000. I'm confused. What you mean by that? You about $5,000 in the Philippines? You don't need to make that much. 500 a week is excellent in the Philippines. Yeah, that's too. Philip Jones. That's too much, man. You talking about living in Dubai?
Philip Jones don't want to joke about the million. Maybe he's joking again.
Maybe he's joking again. Maybe he has
Yeah,
to be joking.
yeah, because he's joke about yesterday, right? He's the one who joke about
Yeah,
bringing 2 million, and he said it's a joke.
yeah. Because 25, well, 5,000 a week. Yeah, that's good. That's too crazy. When you arrive. Oh, when you arrive. Oh, okay. When you arrive, 5,000. Okay, okay. Yeah, because I'm about to say, whoa, 5,000 a month. You're doing great. But there's ways to do it. 5,000 a week, 25,000 a month. Yeah, that's crazy. But anyway, but no, and that's the thing. It's wild. Like if you're low value in the states or medium class, and you come to the Philippines, and you're retired, you're medium class, or you're still medium class, you come to the Philippines, you're rich. So that's the thing. You're rich, but then still you can't get caught up because you are considered rich in the Philippines. I would say have at least 50K for your backup plan or more. Well, if you have 100,000, right, you can live like 10 years in the Philippines. Like literally, guys. You can live for 10 years in the Philippines. You can make it work for 10 years or more in the Philippines with 100,000. 150,000, you definitely guaranteed to be secure for 10 years. Think about it like that, 300,000, 20 years. So some of you guys that are like 60 in your retirement plans, you already have enough. Like, even if you save 300,000 or 500,000, it took in 30 years now, you know? You can come out here. So if you have 500,000 and you're 50 years old, you can come live the rest of your life, literally, in the Philippines. If you adopt a minimalist lifestyle, yeah, you can do it. 15,000 is enough for backup. Yeah, it is enough for backup. It's a lot. You got to physically come here, Philip Jones, and see how how inexpensive things are. Like Philip Jones, I would never ever sit here and lie to you and try to make the Philippines seems like it's so unreachable. It's reachable for everybody, even a young guy that's 18 years old that just graduated high school. If he can guarantee himself an income online, he can live in the Philippines because it's so inexpensive. Anybody can do it. I don't want to make it seem like this is only a country for old men. That's a lie. It's a lie. It's not. So 10K a year is decent money. Yeah, it is decent money there. Or Philippines letting SR visa retirees from America. Yeah, they are. They are letting them in now. William Fowler. They're letting them in now. So if you get an SRRV visa, yeah, you can come in now. The fear of committing yourself to a permanent change of country and way of life is a scary thing, but the pain of living as a second class citizen is more than I can bear. And that's what did it for me, Terry. It was the fact that it wasn't even just that. It was the fact that I had some security. You know, I had security in what I was doing. So when I came over here, hey, exotic Filipino, how you doing, Vicky? But when I came over here, I was secure. I was secure, and I was confident in what I was doing. You know, I was confident in what I was doing, and I was overconfident at first. So I got caught up, and I was a victim of what this title is about today. Myself, I was a victim of it. I was a victim of it, and it's crazy how I turned back to smoking and drinking was simply from somebody smoking outside of my hallway, right by my air conditioner, and they were smoking, and the smoke was going right in the AC and right in my face, and that's how I picked up smoking again. It was bugged out, guys. Like you can get some rude neighbors here. They would smoke every like it was like where I lived. The first place I had was 7,500, right? So it wasn't in the best neighborhood. The neighborhood was okay. Like it was no crime, nothing. I walk around at like 2 in the morning, no problems. But still, though, the the lady and the guy that lives right next door to me, they would smoke and they'd be
Is he
arguing.
taking drugs?
And yeah, they would take shabu too. They were shabu heads, so sometimes they'd be up all night smoking. That was the thing. Like I'd be working, right, but they wouldn't sleep. They'd be coming out 3, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, still smoking because they would do shabu, right? And one day he was on shabu and it was bugged out. The guy came in the hallway. He was like, he's bugging out, right? Okay, you seen it, right?
No, I was not looking.
Oh, yeah, you seen it. And the guy was bugging out, and he was on shabu. But no, I've seen like shabu over here, Philippines hard, and I was here before the Duterte got elected. So shabu, like the people that were selling it, you already knew who was selling it, who was doing it. You can tell. I'm from drug era. I'm from Queens. I'm from Queens in the '80s. I'm from the drug era, so I've seen it. And you know, when I seen it here, I already knew who was selling it. I knew everything. I knew the operation. I looked at them like they were like, they didn't know what they were doing because I was seeing like these guys don't know what they're doing. So then when police would come in, it, and guys, I've seen the motorcycles in tandem too. Philippines was crazy, man. If y'all were here, woo, it was scary time. People always say, Jay, my family would say, hey, you're not scared out there? Like people getting shot? I'm like, no. But it's different when you're here and you're in it. People know you're not involved in it, so you don't get caught up with that. But yeah, I would see all kinds of crazy things. What happened, kid? What you laughing at? What are you laughing at, kid? Okay, what are you laughing at? Okay,
Oh.
what are you laughing at?
No, I was watching Moon Tell That.
Oh, over there, Kate. See, Kate's over there laughing.
No, I'm editing my videos in TikTok.
Yeah.
The Tubanay.
I'm thinking I can sell my house and truck and everything and scrape up 150 and move there. In 10 years, I can draw. So see, smart idea. That's actually not a bad idea. Um, that's actually smart, William. So if in 10 years you can draw Social Security, yeah, if you sell your house and everything, yes, you can literally do that. And I'm not even trying to sell you a hope and a dream. I'm just telling you facts, because I'll tell you guys a little bit now. Like I pay 6,000 rent, um, 2.5 for internet. So we're talking what, 120 plus what did I say, 2,550, and then my other bills. You know, I'm right around. If I didn't have a travel budget, guys, I'd be paying $700 a month for my budget. Seriously, seriously, that's how much I'd be paying a month. Around $700. If I didn't have K, maybe 650 to 700 still. 'Cause I like to eat out. So yeah, 700 guys, and that's that's why I'm happy I was forced out of Manila. But Will, that's not a bad plan. That's not a bad plan. So say 700 a month right now. Do the math on that. 700 a month over the course of 12 months. What is that? You're talking 7,000. You're talking 12, 9. No, hold up. Let me do this real quick. Let's do some math with you guys. Right now it's math class. Hold on. I know somebody's gonna give me the number. Somebody's gonna give me the number right now. So let me see. All right, that's 7 times 12. Yeah, it's 8,400. So that means comfortably. If I wanted to be comfortable and I wanted some cushion, right? So as you guys see, 8,400, right? So you add on what, 1,600 more for the year, 1,600 more for the year. You're good. Exotic Filipina can attest to this. Her budget is probably way cheaper than mine, even at 700, or maybe around the same thing. Um, yeah, guys, and so that 150 for 10 years, that's very, very attainable. Because that means 150 in 10 years. Let me see, 150, and I'm talking about 8,400, right? Divide that by 10. Shit, 150 divided by 10, 15,000 a year. So we're talking about you even living in a major city, even paying more money amount of rent than I'm paying. You see what I'm saying? We're talking to you being able to travel to the Philippines. So we're talking about you coming out here and being able to live and being able to live. And I'm not trying to say you a dream. It's just facts of something you can do. Suppose getting crowded with all these big people. Big people came here for the big day of 2022. Yeah. 120 USD for rent. 100 bedrooms, two bedrooms, two bedrooms. Let me tell you, I'm seeing people, right, that are like over here in the area I'm at. They're buying four homes. Like the homes are like 1 million or 1.8 in some cases. I think the older ones were like one, and they will buy four homes for 4 million pesos. 4 million pesos instead of $100,000, right? They will get four homes of the row houses and make them all one. And there's people out here with like, because each home 2 bedrooms, so they would take that, have it all renovated, right? So they would turn. Then they would have 8 bedrooms. They probably turn them into something else and knock walls out. There's some people out here like there's mayors over here where I live. There's mayors of the mayor of Orange Mindoro, I think lives here. Yeah, I think lives over here, and has that one of that big mansion. Me and Kay seen it yet, not last night, the night before last, and we didn't know that it was like the what happened, Kay? What, talkative?
Yeah.
What? So what? I'm telling them, Kay.
It's the word.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not like they're gonna come out here
No,
like
I'm not saying.
and go hunt the person down. That's something, maybe somebody looking to, but no. But still, all in all, though, why Kate talks like that, and she's right. You got to be careful because, you can get murdered out here for 25,000, kidnapped for close to nothing, and you know, I'm talking about I talk about big dollars a lot, and that can make you a target. So KK is right. So yeah, definitely tread lightly when you're in the Philippines. But let me see. Philip John, I saved my enough to live 10 years, but I will get my full SS retirement at 4 years. I'll be there next November. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of you guys are getting that. 84. So Gizmo gave me the answer. 8,400. The best way to move there is slow travel. 30 days at each location of interest. If you like a place, stay longer. If not, move on to the next location. That's true. That is the best way to scout out the area you want to live in. You know, that is the best way. But me, when I came over here and lived over here, right? I only gave myself a week. I came out here in Orange Medora for a week. I stayed at a location, and I gave myself a week to decide where I want to live. And it was for me. I was actually looking to just get out of Manila. So it worked out for me. And then the money, paying 8,400 a year makes sense. You know, it's more my budget's more than that because of my travel budget. But still, if I wasn't traveling, you know, because I can't be in the Philippines, guys, and not show you guys how it looks. I'm in Orange Mindoro. Yeah, that includes aircon and hot water. Yep, not hot water. No, not hot water. It includes aircon and water. But I'm gonna add a hot water heater in, and I actually want to add a hot water heater for the bathroom too. But I really don't need it, so I may not do the water. Like out here in the Observer Maryland, and most people don't have hot water in the sink. I got used to it since I've been here. I've been here for so long. I'm used to it. I'm actually used to cold showers too. I don't necessarily need a hot water heater. You saying K only costs you 50 a month? Yeah. I think if you talking about insurance, yeah. Actually, K's not a high expense like that. That's why when I say the sayings, guys, it's cheaper to keep her. It's real. In the Philippines, it's cheaper to have a woman with you. You know, because it's not much money to support somebody out here. You know, look out if I was a man like that was like all out there and wild, I could support 10 women. You know, I could live like a gigolo. Not even gigolo. I could live like I could live like a pimp out here if I wanted to. Elementos, the employment rate is so low. I need a sugar daddy. Don't take it too serious. No, the guys in here have a sense of humor, Alan Mendoza. Guys not gonna judge you by it. We're in here joking too. True, don't get stuck with bad neighbors. Yeah, it could happen. Bad neighbors. And so I'm struggling with fears of my own making, worries that have no basis about being denied my disability benefits overseas from VA. Well, the thing is, you won't be denied. Actually, you won't be denied, and they have VA offices in Manila. I think they have one in Cebu too. So moving out here, you'll be fine. You'll still get your benefits, your disability benefits. You won't be denied. You just have to look into it. See, I'm not sure if it's a special case with with you not being able to get it and being in another country, but it shouldn't be an issue because they have the VA offices out here. That I know for sure. There's one in Manila. So yeah, you'll definitely be fine in the Philippines. You know, and you can go to the office and speak to someone that's a representative from the states. If you're in Manila, you need help, some kind of paperwork, someone to be a what do you call it? Even someone to like for instance, I need to help my son get his passport. I can go right there to the embassy and I can use them as a notary, and it's free. I gotta go out there actually when I go back to Manila. I gotta go to the embassy and do that because I want to notarize the paperwork so my son get the paperwork notarized so my son can get his passport and come out here. His mother's been pitted off for so long, but it's been driving me crazy. But now she finally wants to do it, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy about that. She knows that my son is getting to an age where he's gonna need to be with his father. You know, she knows it, and I'm happy that she knows that. So I do plan on being in both places still too. Thanks a lot for the super chat. Let me see here. Two guns to you. Thanks a lot for super chat. But no, she understands. She knows and understands that, and I'm so happy that she does because he does. You know, it's kind of like, and I talk about it all the time on a live stream, joking, but it's real. It's kind of like when in Boys to the Hood. Remember when Trey when they go live with his father when he got older and things were getting crazy. It's true. At a certain age, a man, in order for him to be a man, he, a man needs to raise him. You know, his mom can't make him a man. When I was with my son, right? Let me tell you what happened. My son fell on his knee, right? We were playing around, we were wrestling. He fell on his knee on the carpet, but he fell kind of hard. He banged his knee real hard. And he said, ah, ah. He was crying, right? And then he said, the boo boo, kiss it. I looked at my son. Guys, I looked at my son. I said, boy, hold on, it's blurry. I said, boy, if you don't get off that carpet, I said, kiss the boo boo. I'm like, he started laughing though. I'm happy he started laughing. That's what I said. It's still hope. It's still hope. It's still hope. He started laughing then. I said, I smacked him. I said, get up. He got up and he's just laughing. And I said, JJ, what do you mean kiss the boo boo? He said, no, mommy does it. I said, what? I said, man. And my son, he's 12 now. He's turned 12. So it's like, and I told her that. From that day I called her. I said, at this point, he need to come stay with me, you know? And she said, yeah, I agree, he does. So I'm happy, like, and the thing is, if child support's an issue, I'll still give it a child support if it's the money. And I'm not trying to say that she's all about the money. I'm just saying I would still even give it, okay, I want my son with me that bad, you know? I was still, okay, you want this? Okay, I'll still give it to you. I want my son with me, you know? Because he's getting to that age, he needs me. Hey, G, do they have apartments with doormen who will stop uninvited guests like in New York West Side? Yeah, they do actually. They do. That's how the Philippines is ran, especially in places like BGC Makati. You can't even get in the building. They have doormen. It's yeah. D Parker, your wish will. That's the thing in the Philippines. What I love, like it's like that. Like even say like my condominium I was living before, right? It's like that even here too. You can't even get in. You can't even get into the condominium without having a certain sticker. That's the drive in, right? And then if you don't have a certain sticker that stop you get your ID, certain guys know, like Professor. I don't know if Professor has ever been here, but I know a couple of you guys have been here, and you guys already know how they do over condominiums. Jack Hobson knows. Of course, Vicky knows. She's here. She's from the Philippines. Um, a bunch of Element Mendoza knows. You know, when you in the condominium or in the subdivision area, you have to show your ID and leave your ID, and then they give you another ID for the subdivision. So yeah, you can't even get in without them knowing exactly who you are and they have your ID. So if anything goes wrong, you know, they're like, okay, who's here? Boom, and they'll track you down that way. But still, if something goes wrong, you won't be leaving because there'll be Philippines, the guards, and that's the thing about the Philippines. It's top flight security of the world. I always joke about it. The Philippines goes hard with their guard jobs, and if anybody's ever been here, they know that. They're like,
This
can't do this,
happened.
can't do that. They're
They
so
did it in
disciplined.
condo too.
They're doing a condo. That's what I'm saying. They're doing condo also in the mall. If anybody's ever tried to vlog in the mall, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes security guard will walk up on you and be like, "What are you doing?" And it's top flight security out here. But I used to make fun of it, but I kind of love it that it's like that though, because it guarantees people's safety, especially for condominiums. That the security guards are like that. So in the Philippines, you'll definitely your wish will come true with that. If you want that kind of security, you'll have it. Yeah, I moved to Orange Mindoro. I moved to Orange Mindoro, and I love it here. It's better to be frugal and just live simple. Yeah, it's true. It's true. But you know what happens though, Ellen, is that when a lot of guys come here, right? If they've if they're not happy already, because a lot of guys are gonna come and not be happy already, and not be happy. When I came, I was happy, but I was happy and angry at the same time. You know, it was just a natural thing. And what happens is when you're not happy, Ellen, especially with Americans, they tend to spend because spending that money on a lot of times things that's not really needed, and not practicing the minimalist lifestyle. You really have to practice that because I realized that, like, even when I moved, I was gonna bring so many things. I was just throwing stuff away. Even a lot of my clothes, I still gotta separate it and then give it away. I'm gonna give it away to people because really all I need is 10 outfits, and that's even a lot. You know, that's all I really need is 10 outfits. But I have about 20. I'll keep the 20, and you know, not look to buy anymore because you just keep accumulating things and things, and it's not necessary. And that's what happened with me. With I was did a lot of shopping out here in the Philippines. Things are cheaper. This shirt right here, nice college shirt. You can get a shirt like this for 150 pesos, even 200 pesos, which is $4. $4. You can buy clothes in the Philippines. It's like you can get that in the States too, but usually you say if you go to Marshalls or TJ Maxx, it's gonna be 15, 20. Out here, 4, 3. It's crazy. It's crazy. So even things like that, you gotta think, you know, you can even start a clothing business in the Philippines, right? You can get clothing, ship it out there, right? And mark the price up 5 times over. That's things that can be done in the Philippines. You gotta do is find the shipping companies to do it for you. You know, go right out to Tata Changi, get some people to make it for you. Have them making the same clothes you see in Marshalls, all that stuff. You can do that. You can start a business like that in the Philippines. It's kind of like being in China. The Philippines is starting to turn into like that. And that's the thing, guys. You can start when you're in the Philippines, you'll see these markets. Think about what side of the world you're on. You're right next to China. Things are way cheaper here. So if you're a businessman, okay, you can start businesses like that and get rich in the Philippines. You can get rich in the Philippines just from that one thing I said right there. These are things, and people are doing it. That's what the Chinese do. Think about it, guys. They've been out here for years, getting their SRV visas, starting clothing companies, right, Kay? They contact Kay's YouTube for her YouTube to put her on the YouTube. They contact me, and that's what they do. They contact you to promote their business, their clothing business. And it's like, well, no, I just have my own. I kept telling Kay that. Like, no, we're not promoting them. We just do our own for ourselves. You know, never flaunt money around here ever. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, never flaunt money around here ever. I tell you, from all your cheddar is transferable to the P. Yeah. When you first moved there, did you know anyone? That makes it much easier. Well, Philip Jones, I didn't know anyone. But me, I'm a, I'm very adaptable. I'm very adaptable. Well, let alone, I don't want to brag enough, but I'm from New York, Philip Jones. I'm from New York, and a lot of times New Yorkers are very adaptable people. I like. How can I say? I can attract. Like I attract great energy everywhere I go, and great people usually. Also bad people, but everybody does. And usually I tend to meet Filipinos. A lot of foreigners are very standoffish in the Philippines. I don't intend to look to be cool with foreigners. Okay, I tend to cling to Filipinos more because, of course, they know the lay of the land. You want to be cool with Filipinos, and foreign. I don't mind being cool with a foreigner, but really, you know, me and foreigners don't. I don't rap too tight with foreigners like that. You know, that's just me though. Do not go out there with a lump sum like 150K. Don't go there with an income 150K at 10% is doable, but at 5% you're living like a pauper. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. You have to have the money in the bank. You don't want to just go out here with that money. That you really, I don't think you can bring. You can't bring that much money anyway. But yeah, you can't bring that much money anyway. They won't let you bring it on a plane. But still, if you have it in a bank account, you can take it out slowly over here in the Philippines, or even get your Philippines bank account. But yeah, no, definitely don't take all your money out. And Simi Rocco said, I know a young vet who was out there for years. Yeah, guys. And also when you're broke, stacks of bills and overdue notices. It happens to people in the States. That same thing, it won't happen in the Philippines. That's a great thing. What you guys will notice is that when you're here, it's easier to pay your debts. Okay, it's easier to be res- responsible. You know, so and out here you can pay off your debts for a whole year. That's the crazy thing because it's so cheap. So, you know, you'll never be behind on the bill ever again. If you're a person in the States or behind on bills, that won't happen anymore here. I got disciplined and I was a person. I thought become a person that was never behind on bills, even in the States. So, but when I came here, and a lot of times it's gonna be like that with your Filipina. Your Filipina is gonna be a manager of your money. What that means is like, say, if whatever your bills are, that goes to K. K divides all of that because K does all the talking to the people for the bills and all of that. She speaks the language, so K's the manager of the money, but not the well, yeah, pretty much all of the money, you know. And if you got a Filipino you can trust like that, then you're in a good situation. But what happens with guys, and what happens with guys where they get caught up, is a lot of times they think they have a Filipino they can trust, but the Filipino could be just there for the dollar bill. So that's how guys can get caught up too. And it won't be the fast life; it's the slow death of being with the wrong woman. So really, you have to really know the woman you're with because not all Filipinos are there for you, and it can happen to guys. But you can tell that online. Like a lot of guys that date online, some of you guys can tell, but still, you still don't know the woman. Keep that in mind. You don't know the woman until you physically with her. So there's been guys that have came here, things were sweet online, and totally it was a whole different world when they got here. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Even if you feel you love her, you may very well love her, but still, you know, keep that in mind. You still don't know her yet until you're here. The VA pays Filipino pensions, and that's outside there. I'm a vet. They do have a clinic in Manila. You are correct, and you can get that information here in the United States about VA medical. Yeah, it's true. Yep, they have it in Manila, and even you can use it there. Your VA medical too. But then also, I would definitely suggest getting insurance out here as well because it's very cheap. You know, it's very cheap, and they have prepaid insurance. I gotta find out about that, guys. Prepaid MaxiCare. Let me look it up online right now. Let me see here. Wait a second. Prepaid MaxiCare for foreigners. Let me see. Okay. All right. MaxiCare E already is a one-time medical emergency prepaid health card that covers illnesses and injuries that require immediate medical assistance. So let me see here. One second, one second, one second. Now I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up again tomorrow. I'll just do a video on it, but I'm gonna look it up. We started building my mom and dad's house in Pasig. We would be there we'd be in the Philippines in March till June. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. You should video it, Marcus. Video the process, man, and put it on YouTube. You can start a channel just building a home. It'll get tons of views too. I'm telling you, Marcus, you should do it. You probably already started the process, but still, have someone that's decent with a camera, even a phone camera, but not it has to be like an iPhone or like at least a Samsung. Just shoot the footage and not those quick 2 minute, 3 minute clips because Filipinos are famous for the quick 3 minute clips, like the TikTok clips, and not make a regular video. Just all they do is sit the camera there while they're working, and use that footage, man, because that footage right there is golden. People want to see that stuff. Even just talk about the process yourself, Marcus, of what's going on. Oh yeah, I'm doing this, doing that, and have them showing the process as well. Because I'm telling you, man, that's money right there. You can actually use that money, Marcus, to fix up the home even more. That's guest game, free game, bro. It's really, really, seriously. You can show them doing a home, and for the money coming in, you can use that money. Because I'm telling you, that money you'll be getting in from those kind of videos, the 20,000 views every video, if that's what it's getting, you'll be bringing in 3,000-4,000 a month, and you can boom take that money and use it. And same people that's building the home, or your mother or your parents, whoever's out there, your mom and dad, right? Maybe a younger sibling or something. Maybe your wife's sibling could do it, and you can use that money to actually give them income, and use that to give them money and have it to where they show the process, right? And then boom, that's all yours. Or here, this is for the house, and you manage it. You manage the money. Excellent idea. Use that. You should do that, Marcus. I would if I was you. Definitely do that. Terry, I'm a veteran too, and you won't lose your benefit. Yeah, exactly, Terry. Honestly, most relationships I think has dissolved, especially not seeing someone for over a year and a half. I think that men there were complaining that the farmer had taken the best woman. Not true. Never. That would never be true to Observer Melanin. A lot of the good women do go for foreigners. I see it, but the best foreigners will never ever get the best Filipinos. They would get some of the best, because for the most part, guys, I'm still going. Every day I'm going, right, and I ask Filipinos every day I see one. Would you date a foreigner? And it's just facts, guys. I can't even show too much of that footage because guys take it the wrong way, because it's facts. Most Filipinos don't want to date foreigners, because they're in the Philippines. Of course, most Filipinos want to date Filipinos. It's common sense. It's like most women in the U.S. want to date men in the U.S. It's just facts. So, they're not all just over here salivating at the mouth for foreigners. So for the expats that are telling guys this, it's gonna leave a lot of guys here disappointed. A lot of guys, because when you're in the Philippines, you gotta have to open your mouth. You do, because if you're not opening your mouth, Filipinos are shy naturally. Even a Filipino prostitute is gonna be shy. It's facts. Anybody who's ever been in the Philippines knows what I'm talking about. You have someone that throw themselves at you. But a lot of times, the ones throwing themselves at you, you probably don't want. Think about it, guys. You want the one that's shy, that's scared to talk to you. You see what I'm saying? That's the one you want. You don't want the one that's like, oh, that wants you because he wants you because of the money. It's facts. So a lot of times, if you're here, you're gonna want that Filipino that you have to talk to, not the one that's sitting there that's coming up to you because she's coming up to you because of opportunity. So a lot of times you can be with one, and it could say, oh, I came here and I found the good one, and I found the one, and this is just a gold digger. So you came here, met a gold digger, and you, to avoid meeting a gold digger online, but you came here, met a gold digger anyway. Because I see it in BGC all the time, guys. It's Filipinas that get themselves dolled up and go, and you can tell because they go out there and they go sit in the bar and they position themselves like the same thing. They do the same thing that Kevin Samuels was coaching women to do. Filipinos do that. I see Filipinos that do it. In BGC Makati, they go get themselves ready, go to a coffee shop, and post themselves there and wait for that guy that's their choice to come in, because they know in BGC and Makati, it's going to be the choice they're looking for. So there's Filipinos that get dolled up. They're beautiful too. I've seen it. And KK seen it too. Like I was in BGC and I'm like, man, she's here scouting.
Yeah, dating some old guy.
Well, no, but they
Old
scout.
white guys
They scout.
over there.
They scout them, and they go sit there and they get themselves dolled up, and they wear a nice little tight dress, and they sit there and wait, and they do the same thing like with the Kevin Samuels. If anybody watches him, and he was talking about things women need to do, it's Filipinos that do that, and he was coaching women like, yeah, you need to do this to pitch themselves out there for men, and it's wild because it's Filipinos that know that game that do it, and women and other coaches that know that game and do it, and they do it out here in the Philippines. It blew my mind when I see it. I said, wow, she knows the game. How many gallons of water in that bottle of water? Oh, this is 2 liters. 2 liters. Actually, I'm gonna need Kay to come on soon so we can use the bathroom. Oh, you can't even see. Look, why is it green screen? You see that, guys? You see the back of my screen there. Look at that. See the background there? The green screen. That's the back of my screen. But anyway, thanks a lot for the super chat, Jack. Thanks for the super chat. But I'm gonna get into the sad part of it though. At the end, before I leave, before I'm done with the live stream, I have to get into the sad part of why foreigners will always continue. It's about the sex trade, but it's about the more sad part of the sex trade. About foreigners will get caught up in the fast life. But really the main part of it though, I'm talking about the PG part of same thing that happened with me, the drinking, because it's cheaper. Foreigners will always get caught up in that cheaper life. And then if you're here unhappy and you're doing the same thing in the US, you can do the same thing here. You're gonna be spending your money because it's cheaper. And I did it. That's when I was getting shirts like this, guys. And I kept just buying stuff, and I had tons of clothes. But I used it for church though too. So it wasn't that bad, yeah. But get dressed. You're not even ready to go behind the camera.
I'm going to sopas.
Oh, you're gonna cook today? Kay's gonna make sopas. But Kay is gonna make sopas without all of the salt. Sopas can be very salty. But the way Kay's gonna make it with that's macaroni soup. And I don't know if she's still here. I know Vicky knows. The way Kay makes the sopas, oh man. I think Boo Boo Kiss it, Jay. He's talking about my son. Yeah.
You're so far. Guys,
yeah. I still give child support, Ismail. And that was the beautiful, that's the crazy thing. I could have avoided the child support if I wanted to. I'm just not that kind of guy. I'm not that kind of guy, man. I can't do that. Like, I could have. She can't take me to court. I'm not even in the Philippines. What's she gonna say? I don't even make a regular paycheck, guys. I'm independent, so she can't even take it. I think she tried, but I think she went to the child support court before, right? And said, "I want to get child support from him," and they can't because it's my money. I'm a free agent, right? So it's whatever I give because I don't have a regular check. They can't take anything out. So I give it because I'm not a bad dude, If I was a bad cheap dude, I could avoid child support altogether. Say forget you. But why would I do that? I can't do that.
Jay loves his son so much.
I love my son. Not only that,
That's your duty.
That's my duty, and I don't hate her.
Yeah.
Me and her, like it's a great situation.
You want to be a Filipino?
Bobby, what you say, kid?
You want to be like a father?
Yeah, I don't want to be like Filipino. Yeah, Filipinos do it all the time, and I don't know how they could do that to their kids. Foreigners do it too in the U.S. too, but it happens all the time here in the Philippines. It even happens in the States, and I can't be that kind of dad. I can't be. I wouldn't even have to. That's the crazy thing, guys. Like, I could have avoided it even years ago, even when I was in the States. There's nothing you can really do. I don't get a regular check. I'm not a regular employee. It's my own business, so there's nothing you can really take.
Yeah, you gotta see your son, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't see my son. So I wouldn't do that.
And also, that's your duty. Right?
Yeah, it's my duty. I know. It's not even this is a given. And before, guys, I would add my son into my budget. If anybody ever seen my budget videos before, right? I know it would book some of y'all out. Y'all be like, "Why are you adding your son into your budget?" Yeah, because that's my budget. My son is included.
Yeah, we're gonna.
But I'm not gonna add him in this time. Yeah, it's living in the Philippines. Yeah, I'm gonna stop adding him in there. But I was added in, also too as an example, because there's some guys that'll come here and say, "Oh, forget my kids," So it's people that do that. So I'm leaving the country, so they get to flee their their duties, and that's not the case with me. It's like no, my son, not my son. No, can't do it. Jane Cookie, good morning. How you doing? What happened, kid?
He loves his boo-boo.
I do love my son. In the subdivision I lived in Bacola, the guards at the end of the street had submachine guns just 50 feet from my door. Super safe. Yeah, and it's like that sometimes. It's like that, but not no more. Not with the guns. But I think they do still have guns, but not. They don't have them like in the open, like in the mall. But no, guys, at the mall, you see sometimes you see the guy. Anybody knows it. The guy in the mall, the guy has the open shotgun, just like all the time. Like it's wild. But usually the guys that carry money have it like that. But good morning, Jen Cookie. Road Runner, how you doing?
Yeah.
So I separated from my Panay. She was draining my energy, very moody. I'm rethinking the whole overseas dating. Well, Road Runner, man, I separated from my Panay. She was draining my energy, very moody.
Mm.
You had the wrong one, Road Runner.
Oh,
Yeah, Road Runner, you had the wrong one. That's what happened. Very moody. Yeah, man, you had the wrong one, man. Bad energy. Bad energy. That's what happened, Road Runner. She's Filipinas, and I like that. Filipinas actually very sweet
somebody give you a super
and
chat.
not moody at all. Yes, I seen Jack Hobson super chat. Filipinas are not moody usually. You get some moody ones, or sometimes they be in bad moods, but they're not moody. And anybody here that's dating one can attest to that. You know, Filipinos are love doctors, man. They're not moody. So Road Runner, don't give up on Filipinas yet, man. She made a bad name for other Filipinos. Seriously, 'cause they're not moody.
Yeah.
No, they don't play. So don't get me wrong.
Maybe
Filipinos are not
she's moody
pushovers.
because all over this the lockdown or something.
Maybe because of
It's
lockdown, but I don't think
it's
so.
really stressful, guys.
It depends.
There's a lot of couples who separate because of this lockdown.
Lockdown, yeah.
I'll take over for a few minutes, guys, because Jay is going to pee. Bathroom break for number one only. Let's see if it's number two. But anyway, I'm just gonna read the comments and shout out to everybody who's here. Why the signal is a little bit like slow. Anyway, you have to get used to security carrying guns, shoot guns, or pistols at about any place or business, even the 7-Elevens. Yeah, they're all, ano to, top security. Jay called them top security. The problem is Shopee about $2 for decent shorts, so you buy too many. I know sometimes it's really cheap and you end up buying a lot and you end up spending a lot, but yeah. Sometimes it's good if it's cheap, but sometimes some people um tend to buy a lot because it's cheap. Sometimes you overspending, but it's still cheap though. It's $2. The observer Melanin said, "You are so right. I have to battle with spending money all the time. In the US, we spend way too much money here." Yeah, before Jay was so happy, like, oh, it's so cheap in here. So he keeps, oh, let's go here, let's eat here. And it was like, oh my gosh, the restaurant is like, it's too much sometimes. They charge too much. And sometimes it's not really that good. There's a lot of restaurant that's good, but sometimes it's better if you just eat at home. Let your girlfriend, fiance, or your wife to cook for you, which is home cooked meal is still good compared to, especially if your wife is a good
Yeah.
cook.
Let me
So,
tell you guys. I got to
maybe
tell you.
can you am I right with this? Because Philip Jones said, no,
Yes, sir.
not Philip Jones. I think I read it right. He said the problem is Shopee about $2 for a decent short, so you buy too many.
Mm-hmm.
So you end up buying a lot because it's too cheap, right? Am I right?
Let me tell you guys how you get caught up.
I'm gonna go
Now,
now.
in the Philippines, right? When I was in Manila, right? Because I was in the city, that's what has happened. Because usually, if you're in the province, you won't get caught up with this. But what happened with me is I would get caught up in fine dining, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you spend 1,000 in the Philippines, just $20, that's a lot of money for a meal. If you spend 1,000 on a meal, right? That's nothing in the States, right, guys? You know what I would do? And Kay wasn't for it. I would say, Kay, you know what? Let's go to this fine dining restaurant, and I would spend like 3,000 on a meal. So Kay's like, no, I don't want to eat there. It's too much money. And I'm like, no, babe.
Maybe let's put up this a little bit higher because
Right.
the signal is. Look at this. I don't know if it's. Let's put it higher
Yeah. That's not
because
gonna make
it's
difference.
showing this.
That's not gonna make difference.
Sorry to cut you off. We're gonna go now.
Yeah, good.
I'm gonna cook that sopas,
Yeah, Kay's
and
making soap
if you will be here until later, maybe you can see the sopas. All right. Jay's pushing me away.
Well, but yeah, guys. What happened is I would get caught up with overspending on food because, like, for instance, Max's Steak. I think, is it Max? It's not Max's Steakhouse. What's the name of the guy? Puck. Wolfgang Puck, right? Like places like that. So sometimes I would say, not all the time, you know what, I want to go like Wolfgang Puck or something like for our anniversary or something like, which is acceptable for anniversary. But sometimes I would want to do that on a regular day, and it would be like 88. It's $80 for a meal or $100 for a meal. In the U.S., that's like a normal meal of eating out, right? But in the Philippines, so when I felt like it was nothing because I compared it to the U.S. and I wanted to say, you know what, let me eat like how we eat in the U.S. sometimes because it was more expensive in the U.S. You know, say if I wanted to eat that same Wolfgang Puck restaurant in the U.S., I'd probably spend like $200, $300. In the Philippines, you spend like 4,000, 5,000 pesos, which is 180 to 100. So you know you want to take advantage. So I do say enjoy it sometimes, but don't get caught up. I was caught up and want to do it all the time every week, and you get caught up with that. The fast life. It's the fast life, guys. Also, you're somewhere and you say, you know what? I want to order that wine on the menu. The fast life. That's the fast life too to me. You know, and because you have it, before you know it, you'll be spending. You'll be spending. You'll be spending a lot. In the U.S., it's nothing. But the same thing I remember from my Filipino uncle who told me he spent when he was in the U.S. because he has to. He lives in California, you know, and it's expensive where he lives, so he has to spend out there. So when he comes here, he doesn't spend. He doesn't spend money that much because it's so cheap here. So he turns into a cheap person, and I started to adopt that. So you know what, I have to turn into a cheap person because the more I'm cheap, the more I can use money for investments and other things. You get what I'm saying, guys? And then that's when your money will actually work for you. You can make your money work for you. So when you're not spending it being a consumer, you're investing it and you're using it in different ways. Like I forgot who was telling me like crypto, and you can get into things like that and make your money work for you, and actually make it work for you more to where you're at the point where 60 to 70% of your money is in investments. You can do stuff like that in the Philippines, and that's the life I think I want to start actually talking about that more. I'm gonna do a Patreon to where I'm giving you guys a lot of insider information on the Patreon, and we're talking about different things. And I want to bring even different guys in as well that speak on these things. And you know, I want to have things like that on the Patreon. That are like an insider Philippines thing for you guys. You know, because it's needed. It's needed. You probably that's what my ex was worried about. So I was thinking about his health too. If he gets sick here, I told him if he ever finds someone new, I would understand. And Lamont till I bought socks at 999 store in Philippines, and it lasted longer than the Matrix. Yeah, 999. Yeah, man. I've been shopping in there. Jack Hobson never flaunt money around in the U.S. either. Yeah, it's true, but it's well, you know what though? It's really hard to flaunt the money in the Philippines when you think about it, because in the Philippines, well, in the province though, it's a little easier to flaunt the money around because you'd be flaunting money and not even realize it. Like even me, like today I went outside wearing a shirt, right, guys? And you look around, my jeans, regular old jeans, regular old jean shorts, but you look around you and nobody's wearing shirts like this. Everybody's wearing t-shirts that are like old, you know. So I look out of only thing is I'm in the major city part of the province, so it's not that bad. But if I was in the deep in the province, I wouldn't wear this at all. I would definitely be out of. I would definitely look like out of sorts. You know, people looking at me like, cause seriously, I'm going around all day today, and people are still dressed like that. Like it's just the Philippines. Even when I was in Manila, a lot of times people weren't dressed up. You know, but then still though in Manila, you still have more people that are dressed like me too. So you blend in a little more. Let me see here. So now those guns that they have are so outdated. No, it is though. The guns, and actually they make their own guns out here. When I came here 7 years ago, the airline lost my luggage. My uncle took me to Robinson's Mall, and I spent 2,000 in 2 days for new clothes. My baggage showed up in less than a week. Yeah, in 2000, it's funny, like, but that's the thing about you spent $2,000. How did you do that, Jack Hobson? It's a lot of money, man.
I bought another load because
You
your
bought another
video
load?
is so blurry,
Oh yeah.
and we did the 40 gig. I don't know why Smart is only 4 gig.
Yeah, but now when you did
It's
it,
better now. It's better now.
I don't see the I don't see the what's name anymore.
Yeah, see?
I don't see the
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
see
I
the bar
know.
signal.
It's only 4 gig left
Yeah.
from the no expiration, so I bought the 599 for 40
Yeah,
gig.
guys.
It's working okay.
And in case I'm still using the prepaid internet, guys.
We're still waiting for the installation
Let
of
me
the
show you guys how it looks. This right here, this is PODT, right?
prepaid.
PODT prepaid. This is I got 4 bars right now up here, so it's high. That's for smart, guys. Get yourself one of these in the province. You guys know smart works better. Um, this here at the middle of the night, right while I'm working online, I get my speeds like 30 off prepaid, right? It's expensive, but not really.
It's actually not
Yeah.
that one, guys, is sale right now. I don't know
No, not to
when.
buy it. Yeah, not to buy it. Yeah.
When we bought the router, it's like a
It's
router
not.
modem
It was $20.
from 1995, 1,995 to 995 only.
Yeah.
50% off. So
Yeah.
buy that, especially if you're going to the province, because Smart is the signal is good in the province.
Mm-hmm.
When you buy that, that's included the SIM card, and also all you need to create is just install Giga Video. The
Mm-hmm.
person will gonna tell you that, and always just buy the load. Anyway, I gotta go. I just see the no, I see the video is so blurry. That's why I checked. Maybe you're almost done with the gig.
Yeah, I was. I'm happy you got it. You know, guys, this is so reliable. You know, and I'm happy we had it because even when we went to the hotel, right? If we didn't have this, guys, my service would have been crap. I wouldn't have been able to work because each hotel, it was decent, but it's just enough to browse. You know, like say I would get 40 Mbps, and then it would drop down to 10 because people were using it. Then it would drop down to like 5, so it wasn't reliable. Me having this PODT here for 995, guys, get this.
That's
Get this
sale
and
now.
load it.
That's sale, but the
It's on
original
sale.
price is 199.
But yeah, but it'll probably be still on sale when you guys come.
Yeah, maybe.
It will be. And yeah, guys. So for $20, get that, load it up, however much you need.
40 gig.
Yeah, we loaded up with 40 gigs. What's that? $5.99, right?
$5.99.
$5.99 for 40 gigs.
Only thing YouTube and Netflix getting a lot of
And I don't mind because it's $12, right? Say that may last me 4 days, 4 days solid, maybe 3,
2 days.
right? Even if it's 2 days, think about it, guys. Even for 2 days, right? $12. You know, just how I think about it, right? If that lasts me 2 days for $12, the amount of that I get in hourly in less than 1 hour is paying for that. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how I'm thinking about it. Like with the internet, like I would be stupid not to say, "Oh, that's expensive. Of course, I got to get it." I have no choice, you know. Until they install my internet, I have no choice but to have it, and I love it. I love it actually. Did wonders for me, especially in this past week that I had to be on the run. It it actually saved me, you know, to where I was able to be out. I was able to get good sleep, and this would kept me from complaining, you know. Was this thing here? Jay, you can't bring over 10K. I bought a 9,000 before it was okay. Yeah, I know that. I know that. I know you can't bring over 10K. So there's a jam. Aloha, just saying. The professor chew and don't know race either. I didn't know anyone when I first came there. That's great to go there without local help upon arrival. I'm adaptable too, but for some people it can be frustrating. It can be frustrating. It can be frustrating. So you still have to. I'm adaptable too, but you know, some days I feel like a ticking time bomb from the way things can be here. And it'll happen. You just have to. It's really nothing you can do. And once you realize that it's really nothing you can do, then you become accustomed. But the thing is that the Philippines still needs work in order, not for you guys. You guys already want to come, but for the foreigners like that are just trying countries out, Philippines won't be for them. Because Philippines usually doesn't try to adapt to people. They do. They naturally adapt to people. Philippines is very adaptable to people here, but still, as far as the processes, they don't adapt. But I realized, Jay, the Filipino have the ways as a black woman. Yeah, no, they do. Filipinos do have the ways of black women. But Kevin Hall, don't ever say that to a black woman, especially if you used to date black women. Don't ever say that to them. They will not know how to. They don't understand that they're Filipinos are originally black. They would never get it. The original Filipinos were black, and you know the same thing that happened to people in the states happened here too in the Philippines. But people will never get it. Filipinos know that too. Filipinos know that they can die as much as they want. But they know, and they understand about the states, and they know that happened in the states too. So yeah, the original. But the thing is, people in the states, especially the woman there, and the people don't know. I remember on Big Truck Series said it. He said the people didn't even understand that Filipinos are black. That it goes way over the head. Filipinos were black, you know, and people will never get it, and they look at Filipinos like it's something like it's another place, but not really. If you think about Philippines and the islands, and then you go around, you go to the islands and look at Hawaii, and it's all connected, and then you go around to like by Haiti and all that place over there, and those islands over there, it's all connected. It's really all connected. Like all the natives are from those areas, and even America too. You know, it's all connected. It's because she avoids all these foreign tax, because when you get there, to see you as a foreigner, going to charge you more for stuff. Well, actually, that's not necessarily true in the Philippines. It's true in some places. In Thailand, places like Thailand, though, woo, you're gonna get charged no matter where you go. More, you're gonna get charged no matter where you go. But in Philippines, it's not the case. In Philippines, especially in the malls, especially, you're gonna get the same rate. Even outside in the markets, Filipinos will give you the same rate. You know, it happened to me at first. What I realized is that it may happen to you guys. That you guys may get charged more because whenever I open my mouth, people already know I'm not a Filipino, and I get charged more. But a lot of times I don't. It just depends on the person and how they look at you. A lot of Filipinos know they want to charge you the regular rate because they may not be getting it. They can put it like that. They want to make that sale. They don't care about you know, how much more they're gonna make because you're a foreigner. That happens more in tourist traps. You gotta be careful in the tourist traps. That happens. It doesn't happen like say everyday life when you're living in the province, but it happened in a tourist trap. They'll charge you more. So keep your eye out for those tourist traps. There's no difference for aggressive. Yeah, in some cases, but Filipinas are still more reserved and shy and very feminine. That's the difference. A lot of black women tend to adopt that masculine energy, and Filipinas, there's some though that have that masculine energy, but for the most part, no. For the most part, no. And a good Filipino woman won't ask you for money. That's very true. They won't. Or if they do, they really need it. A good Filipino woman. They won't ask you like on like you have to give it. If they ask you, it's because they really need it. A good Filipino woman. Because there's been a situation. I remember I've even talked with people where the Filipino woman didn't ask them for like years. They were talking to the woman and never asked them until the pandemic hit. Then the woman said, "Hey, I need some money," and was shy to ask. That's the Filipino. The Filipino pride is real. A true Filipino is going to be shy to ask you for money, even if she doesn't have a dollar to her name. A true Filipino is going to be shy because Filipino pride is real. You know, but VA will cover those that are 100% in service connected. You can always tell her no as well. I have no problem saying no. Yeah, but sometimes you have to. whatever online relationship you had before you come here, you can just walk away like you would in the U.S. Whatever online relationship you had before. I think that's wrong though. I know there's gonna be a lot of guys broken away from the woman they were talking to online. It's just not right. It's not right. The woman has been talking to you and spending that time with you for so long, and for you to go, okay, the Philippines is opening, and stop talking to her, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. Because I know a lot of guys are gonna do that. Or a lot of guys are gonna come here and then realize that the women here in person are gonna be a lot better looking. You know, because here the options are crazy in the Philippines. And the options that you can have on your side are going to be crazy. Like you can come to the Philippines as a regular Joe Schmo and be 260 pounds and land a model that looks like she should be in a pageant. Seriously. And then your dream wife that looks like she should be running for Miss Universe in the Philippines. That's why guys come here. You know, that's why guys come here. And then that model looking woman will serve you. Nowhere else in the world is like that. But of course, other places, maybe in like, you know, somewhere in Colombia or something like that, or sometimes Mexico, but it doesn't really happen that much in the States. And that's why guys come. Because, it's nowhere you can really be 60 in the States to look at you, oh, you're old man, I want to be with you. But in the Philippines, that's what they want. A lot of times, Filipinas will look at me and automatically assume that I was a player. I wouldn't even look my way. And then look at somebody that's 80 years old and say, I want him. It's just this is how it is. you know. But then in some cases, I would be a Filipino's choice because it's wild. It's like a double-edged sword. But still, you as a guy any age coming here, you're gonna be everything that a woman's looking for. Whether you're fat, whether you're old, whether you're ugly, even black, white, no matter what. And that's why guys come here and they go overboard. They come here and spend too much, especially the guys going to the bars. You know, especially the guys going to the bars. It happens, and I'm so happy I didn't get caught up in that life because I already know with the way things are here. Man, listen, you go into those bars and those places like that. That would have been no good for me at all. That would have been no good for me at all. But guys, it happens to guys all the time. They get caught up spending money, wasting money. Yeah, exactly. And Filipinos are being generalized because of those Panays who were just for a short time. Yep. I had a hard time building my ex's trust. It took 2 years to convince him I am the one. I am one of the normal ones. Yep. I gotta post that, Ellen, because she's right. It happens. But Ellen, you know what it is, Ellen? It's up to women like you to call that out. You understand? It's up to women like you that are online or dating online or not even just online that are Filipinas that are not looking to do foreigners wrong, right? It's up to women like you to police this. Seriously, it has to be policed by the woman. It's nothing. I talk about it. I police it somewhat, but only way I can police it if I have my own website, my own dating site, which that may happen in the future. But still, like, see, when you see something, say something, because what happens with Filipinos and Filipinas is that you have the attitude, and it's not, and it's good, and your culture is like, okay, don't get caught up in complaining too much, and like making yourself out there and available to to be judged because I know you guys say like I don't want to be judged by people or somebody that's complaining. It's seen as complaining in the Philippines. They do. So say like a lot of times when I talk about certain topics here, right? Like somebody like Ellen may see the topics I talk about and say, okay, no, he's just talking about what happens here. But then other Filipinos that may not know me may say, oh no, he's just complaining. That's how Filipinos look at my videos. So a lot of times when I make videos about serious topics, I lose 10 subscribers. And then I gain 50, but I lose 10. It's wild. I see it all the time. Like, wow, I lost 20. Sometimes one day I talked about a topic that was so serious, I lost 20 subscribers and then gained. It took me like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours to lose 20 and then gain 5. And it happens a lot of the topics I talk about because Filipinos see, you know, you telling the truth or talking about a certain topic. Like say if Ellen said something, they would look at her like, oh, she's just complaining. And it's not good. It creates that forgot somebody said Reeve said it, that what's that, not machismo, that I forgot, it's like a savage culture. It keeps the Philippines savage because just like that it's complaining, but it's only helping, it's only keeping things fair for a woman like you, Ellen. You see what I'm saying? To where by calling that out with the Filipinas, they know, okay, I can't just go online and do it. That's to be policed, because then more guys gonna be happy going online and feel comfortable and stay open. And then also, like, guys got to call out too. Those guys that are on there just tricking the money. The sites got to get them off of there. That needs to be called out too by the guys, that are looking for the right, that are on this dating sites looking for the right Filipino, and the Filipino looking for the right guy, have to call it out. And when people start calling it out, it'll clean things up more and make it more even playing field for everybody. Because I fear for you, Ellen, but online dating is dead now because of that reason, because of Filipinos like that. It's not completely dead. It's still hope, but it's starting to die. Because of that reason. Let me see. How was the quarantine situation? Actually, Jay and Cookie, the quarantine is almost to a wrap. It's almost done, really. And it's wild because now moved to the province, right? It's still open here. Don't get me wrong. It's still open here. I was at the beach today, guys. People were running around with no face mask. Only on the beach, though, not like in other places. I was in a restaurant. I got face mask. But people on the beach, face mask. And I'm listening to the water. I'm looking around like I was so happy. But as far as the beach, nobody's wearing face masks on the beach. So quarantine is not that bad. But still, they're wearing it in restaurants. Um, Out here, you don't have to have the face shield. You just have to have glasses on, and you're fine. But yeah, it's becoming more lax with the quarantine now. And once the alert levels go up two more, the Philippines is going to open, and I see that happening in a month, if not more, if a little more than that, maybe a little more than that. But I don't see going past March, June, and not opening. But I think it's open before then. The only thing here in the Philippines, vloggers are being looked into for unpaid taxes now. Well, actually, Ken Roach, it's true, and actually, I'm going to have to pay my taxes. I'm going to have to pay my taxes. The great thing that though I like is that, well, see, I don't make a lot of money from my vlogs. To be honest with you guys, I get all my money's from not from vlogging, but for those, I'm going to pay all my taxes for the whole year. Really, in the Philippines, you're supposed to pay the taxes for your vlogs every month, but I haven't. But you can still pay it at the end of the year. I'm going to do that. So yeah, you got to pay your taxes, and it's understandable because you're in the Philippines. You're in the Philippines. You're vlogging in the Philippines. You need to pay that tax. So yeah, I'm gonna pay my vlogger taxes, and I understand it. And I think a lot of people are leaving the Philippines for that. I think I heard a couple of the top bloggers that were out here doing the videos. Oh wow, amazing! Wow, they left. I think they left. I hope it's not to get out of taxes. Oh yeah, they made a lot of money. They made a lot of money when they vlog. I didn't make that much. So for me, say for a month, maybe I have to pay. Say if I made 30,000, I may have to pay what, maybe 3 or 4. So my tax is not going to be a crazy bill. But in the Philippines, what's sad is the tax when you make a certain amount on that a month is going to be like 50%. So a lot of those vloggers they have to pay like 50% of that tax. So that's why they figured they might as well flee, because they probably didn't save the money and they got to give half of that money they made for the year, and they're not ready for that, you know. But yeah, no, you got to pay that tax, and Philippines is not playing about it, and I'm gonna pay it too. And then if I get to the point where I'm making a ton of money and I got to pay the 50, I'm gonna pay it. Filipino are the same as women everywhere, which means you still have to be compatible. Guys just date whoever and they complain. Yeah, that does happen, Carvons. It does happen. That does happen to guys a lot. Guys will date whoever and then complain, and that's not good. You know, I call it out there every time I see it. I'm not I'm not one of those guys that say, "Oh yeah, I support you because yeah, Filipinos are scammers." It's not true. It's not true. There's so many Filipinos that are not scammers. There are all Filipino scammers out there. That's what I was saying when I was in those like call it out. My ex-fiance is from California and he is a business owner of a scooter rental company. We met on Facebook in 2012. He just made a move in 2018. So the trust has been there actually. As long as the proper paperwork and taxes are paid, there's no problem. Yeah. But Filipino women act just like black women, yeah. Yeah, and hi to Jack Hobson to his fiance. Yeah, I can't wait for that soap box. Kay's making it now, Jay and Cookie. I'm so late on you guys' comments. Jay, actually, they can get a U.S. citizenship if they owe child support and not in U.S. What's going on, though, man? How are you? Maurice Jerome Howard reporting live from Facebook. I got to post that to show the Facebook people. Thanks for coming in, man. And so, about the only thing that can be more expensive is Western food and essentials. I wear an XL t-shirt, XL shirt, and it can be hard to find depending on location. XXL will need to have that sent from the US. Well, actually, in certain places, like I know some Robinsons, but not really. I know in SM they have a big and tall section, and they have XXL. A lot of stores have XXL too. You just have to look, but still, you can find you can find an SM definitely if you in some place in Cebu. Almost every part of the Philippines has an SM. You can go to SM and you can find a big and tall section, and you can get the clothes you need. But like this shirt here is this is a large actually. That's why I'm busting out of it. But I don't know. I like wearing fit clothes. I miss my roles in the province. Reason Marie, how you doing? Hello, J and K. How you doing? Thank you for reporting in. Jamie's top flight security. Yeah, I said I'm calling my head top flight security of the world. That's what I call Philippines. I always joke with them and say that. Hit the like button, y'all. A lot of people inside this chat room. Hit the like button. Yeah, definitely hit the like button when you come in. Likes are free. Okay, you're right. Seems like you really know, huh, sister? This pandemic has divided many relationships, including me and my man who gave up on me. And Ellen, I can tell you still feeling that pain. Um, I think all in due time. It's supposed to have, you guys are about to hit 40K subscribers. Congrats. Yeah, thanks. I think I'm gonna have a celebration. I'm gonna wait for my speed to be good, but actually I may do it outside. I'm gonna find some place with good speed. I'm gonna be at a resort. I'm gonna have the 40K celebration, and maybe I'll do like a big dating event. Seriously, I invite some ladies there, and anybody looking for a Filipino that you want to date. Maybe Ellen Mendoza will be there too. Maybe she won't. Who knows? But not physically there, but like to where they're on the computer. I'll kind of do something like that. I want to do like a dating event, you know. And yeah, well, I don't want to talk too much about it. I'll just do it. You guys will see. I wrote one and she wanted you to send her more money. They get frustrated if their family pushes them, yep, to get more money from foreign boyfriend. It does. And it happens a lot. It happens a lot. And a lot of times it's the family. The Filipino doesn't want to, and it's sad. I feel bad for them because sometimes they're like, and they have to. And believe it or not, some of the Filipinos that are doing it feel bad for you guys, but they have no choice. They got to support their family. But for some of you guys, they don't feel sorry because they don't feel sorry for the guys that just do this. And there's a lot of guys that just do that. And you guys don't. You make it harder for you guys that are beta, that are too beta. There's nothing wrong with beta. It's that if you're too beta and everything is just like, oh, it's easy. It's just cheaper here, and you think because it's only 1,000 pesos, it's nothing. It's 20. It is nothing, but still, guys, you are creating cancer culture here in the Philippines. You creating monsters here because 1,000 pesos is a lot of money here. $20 to use nothing, but 1,000 pesos here. it creates monsters. It creates. That's what happened with the girl when I was trying to interview girls. And she said, "Oh well, no, guys pay for me," and it was like talking to me like she was a hypergamous black woman in the states or a white woman in the states that was hypergamous. It was bugged out. That's what guys are creating. Okay, you're right. Lockdown changed everything. Yep, it did. I have two sisters in the U.S., two Marine nephews. Good morning, K and J. What's going on, Ephraim? How you doing? I would say find yourself a good woman. You can find a good woman. You can find good Filipinas, y'all. If the money involves early in the relationship or talking stage, save your ass and move on. It's true. It's true. Definitely move on. And guys have to be willing to do that. You know, you have to be disciplined like that. Just say, you know what? She asked me for money too fast. Move on. And this is coming from a Filipina. It's coming from a Filipina saying this, you know. So, and Riza, I would love to actually I'm on a Riza. Email me to blackfilipino@gmail.com. I would love to bring you on the next Asking Filipina. Okay? Because it'll be my wife, Abigail, a couple other women. You know, we talk about serious topics like this. And I would love to hear your input. I would love to hear your input. It seems like every time I walk out my front door, I spend excess amount of money on things I don't need. It happens. That's the American way. Terry Fleming, it's American way. And it can happen here. It can happen here. And that's what turns into the fast life, Terry. That a lot of times guys would think the fast life is just going to the bars. Like, no, not that. The fast life could be just going out the house and spending money, especially in the Philippines. Because before you know it, you'll be like, man, I have all this stuff in my house. Let me tell you guys, Terry, when I moved out, right, I had so many things. I had to leave some of it. I threw away so many things, and I didn't bring it. And I have to buy a lot of stuff new, but I don't mind because now when I buy new, I'm still got stuff here that I'm gonna have to throw some of that stuff out too. So some stuff here, I'm gonna go, okay, you know what? I don't need this. I don't need that. I don't need that. Throw it out. Throw it out. Throw it out. And I want to get my home to look almost empty, you know, to where like right now I have it in my living room. I have a big dresser that I bought over here. And Kay even said, she said, we didn't need that dress. I bought it because we didn't have nowhere to store our clothes. But we're gonna store it. We're gonna use that other bedroom like a big, it's gonna be like a big closet space. So that one bedroom right there is gonna be like a big walk-in closet, right? So that's
Tony said there's a delay on your video. Can you ask them?
this is the way. How's the video now, guys? Is it good? When did he say that? How long ago was it?
Just now. You can
Oh.
assert it because you're reading the comments.
Yeah, no.
Don't put up or gonna read the comment here in your phone.
No, I'm not. Oh, she's not a U.S. citizen. So I didn't get to the U.S. through my visa. Though my visa was approved already. Oh man, that's crazy. So he stopped the process right when you go in there. So he came. That means he came to the Philippines already, and went through the whole thing with you, and then that. Oh, that's foul, man. I didn't know that happened like that. Man, that's crazy.
They said it's okay now.
Yeah, yeah. I eat once a day. When you get older, most people only need to eat once a day to maintain your weight. Yeah, I don't only eat once a day. I'm almost there. And so especially food was the same way, Jay. 20,000, yep. And it's bugged out, guys, because like when you're out here in the Philippines, right? When you guys visit, a lot of times Filipinos are gonna watch you and they're gonna know you're a foreigner, right? And they know you don't understand the concept of money, guys. Remember, $20 is 1,000 pesos is a lot of money in the Philippines. So especially if you're giving out money, you know, don't give out even 100 pesos is a lot, guys. You know, say if somebody asks you for money on the streets, give them the change, give them 20, 50 and under. You're giving people 100 pesos, you're giving them a lot of money. So keep that in mind. 50 is still a lot, but you still want to, because there's gonna be a lot of people ask you for money, especially if you're in a major city, in Cebu or Manila. You know, they're gonna be asking you for money. So you don't be giving 100. It's still nothing. That's $2. I know it's nothing in the States. But still, you know, you get caught up in that, and then people are gonna see you, and you're gonna be a target for giving money that day. Because that's how it is. One person see you, oh, Another person come ask you, and you can tell it though. You be like, and then you're not gonna want to give. But if you give it low, because there's gonna be more people that's gonna come back. So say, one person may come, you give them 20 pesos. Another person come, give them 20. You give them 20. By the time you give out 5.20, you only give out $2. You see what I'm saying? Because it doesn't stop, especially if you're in the area, in the city part of the province even. Somebody will come, next person to come, next person to come. You keep giving 20, so even change, you can give, and everybody can get a little bit. That's just how I think. I know from my time being here. Because you're gonna want to be nice, because the people really here, that's the thing, that people asking you money needed. Even the scammers, guys. I used to say it all the time when I would make videos when I was helping the poor out, right? I would help out the poor, and it would be people that would scam sometimes that were poor, right? And I always said, like, it really didn't make sense to me that they were scamming, because it was like I didn't never see it. I would still help them because they still needed money. They're still poor. So it didn't matter if they were acting like they were poor. They're still poor, you know. And always seen it like that. So I never judged people that were doing certain things out here. And Mendoza's usually much easier if you have family members serving in the U.S. military. Yeah, that's true. It got blurred for me too. Actually, I think that's when it happened. Yes, I know, but I think it's better to stay here for now. It's complicated. It probably is, actually, Ellen. It probably is. It probably is better to stay here. Ellen, you can land that okay. Ellen, you remain friends with me. Eventually, you'll be ready. And I got friends here and friends everywhere. Somebody will be there, and take it and know. You seem like a good woman, so you're gonna land on your feet. You're gonna land on your feet, and as long as you keep that in mind, and stay humble, and stay a Filipina, and you keep in mind what your mother did for your father, or what you see, if you don't have that kind of situation, you've seen your aunts do, and your grandmother, you keep that in mind. And also, always think service and serving your man and being there for him. You're gonna land on your feet all the time. You can land on your feet every time, especially with foreigners, because that's what foreigners looking for. They're looking for sweet feminine women that are that believe in pleasing their man. And as long as you keep that in mind, you can land on your feet. Don't matter that the guy left you. You can land up better. That situation wasn't for you. That's what's happening. That's what's happening, Alan. If you don't mind, I would love to. You send me an email. I will send you a link. You can jump on and talk about it if you wanted to. If you want to air it out, and get something off your chest, I don't mind. Yes, Jay, you should talk more about investment. Yeah, no, I'm gonna do that in my Patreon, Jan Cookie. I'm gonna do it on my Patreon because I want to put together a group of people. And yeah, thanks for the. I seen that Reza. I seen that Reza became a member. And thanks a lot for the super chat too, Glenn Gibson. Thanks a lot. And thanks for becoming a member, Reza. Also, Reza, email me. Also, you too, Ellen. I would love to have you guys.
I think Risa is the girlfriend
Of what's her name?
Jack Hudson.
Yeah, I think is that Jack Hobson. Is that your lady? Is that your lady? I do want to talk about investments, Jan Cookie. I'm actually gonna have that. I'm gonna have it on Patreon. I'm gonna have a Patreon group where the people a part of my Patreon clubs do like the Insiders Club, and I'm gonna like actually have a community of guys to meet, and not even just meet, that are from different parts of the Philippines, of places that people want to go. I'm gonna have my Patreon set like that. You know, Also, you come get investment advice, all those different types of things. Because there's a lot of young guys too that's gonna need game. Guys that are 20 years old that may want to move to the Philippines and escape the rat race. And I want to be able to help that 20-year-old guy too. He said, "Look, you can do it. You got to be responsible. You got to be like this. You got to be like that. You have to do this. You have to do that." And want guys to be in there to help out that young guy, even help out the older guy. You know, help out the guy that's coming to the Philippines next week. I want my Patreon to be like that. We can go and get all the different help, everything related to the Philippines. Man, it seems like in the past few years the entire world has changed, and it's debatable as to whether it's for the better or worse. Scary time. Well, actually, things are gonna get worse, Terry. For me, things are gonna get worse. It's not gonna get better. You know. So over time, things are gonna get worse. The finances are gonna get worse, right? That's why I talk about the things I talk about. And if anybody thinks I'm crazy in a year or so, you're gonna say, "Wow, what Jay did was smart. He got out there, he started farmed, and he not relying on society. And then when it comes to the time when you can't rely on society, you're gonna say, "Wow, Jay was ready the whole time." Because even in the states, guys, I want to go back out to the states too, and I want to get farmland out there. I want to get farmland in the country because I want it to be my family. Even in the states, I want it to be good. But no, things are getting worse. It's not going to get better anytime soon. America is going through an inflation hike. Now is not the time to move here. I know, very overpriced. I know, the observer melanin, but I still have to go back though. I still have to go back. I still have to go back. Even through the inflation, I'm gonna have to go back because my son is there. So I'm gonna have to go snatch him up out of that. When times get bad, I gotta be with my son. Everything is about money, even freedom. Yeah, no, it's true. It is about money. That's why, actually, Peter Michael, I don't want to have to rely on money no more. That's my thing. I want it to where I want to get to a point because the world's going to come down to it. Where, say, if I needed to trade something for something, if I needed to have my own food and trade it for even water, but I'm sure I'm going to have water too. I'm going to have water and food. But if I had to trade that for something, I can make a trade because if all in all, at the end of the day, you can always make a trade for a trade. You know, so if it gotta come down to that, that's what I want to come down to for me, and I want to be able to have something to trade. That's how I look at life. I just bought that for my girl on Zada. We bought what for your girl, Simply Rocco? Your case cooking sopas. I think she's almost done too. You talking about the PODT? Yeah, yeah, that's the one right there. That's the one. This right here has saved me this week, and actually, that's why I'm able to do the live stream with you guys right now. How much is the internet plan per month? Well, this right here, it's not a per month thing, I mean, because it's actually for me the way I use it. I paid 600, and it lasts me 3 days really. You get 40 gigs, but that's fine for me because I work with it and it pays for itself. Well, more times over than it's more than pays for itself, but still, it does its duty. And for you, it may be good because you're not doing YouTube videos. So for you, Ellen, it will work out. I think probably that 40 gigs will may last you a month, depending on how you use it. For me, I use it to work, so I'm using toggling different screens, and that's just data, and I watch YouTube videos. I'm powering up my PlayStation and my YouTube with this right now. So I watch YouTube videos on it before I sleep. I watch movies. So yeah, I'm streaming all day long. So I'm just wasting it pretty much. What is the restrictions now? Well, the restrictions dropped. Jay, remember the Indian guy who told you to leave your own live stream? So yeah, yeah. Man, you know what's funny, Ismail? Indian guys are like that, man. If anybody knows, K knows. K was with one for Indian dudes, man. Those dudes are like a different kind of pervert. It's wild. It's wild, Ismail. But no, and I'm not trying to bash Indian dudes. Not all. I'm sure not all are like that, but there's a lot of them that are just like. Actually, in India, right? He's openly raped women in public. It's crazy. Like they have a group of guys on certain holidays, even at certain times of the year, they go around just raping women in the streets in India. It's crazy. This really happens in India. You can look it up. They go around raping women in the streets. And actually, in the Philippines, what used to happen was women would used to get groped on the train in broad daylight. It's crazy. Women would get groped on the train. Food stalls are really cheap. It is. Reason. So you're saying if my Philippine is asking for or hints at money early in a relationship, I should run? Well, yeah, dude, she's telling you the truth though. But then still, if she hints at it and then stops it, I say give her a chance. Well, it's always a chance, right? Say if she hints at it and then you don't bite, and then she never does it again. That's a keeper, you know. That's a keeper. But then still, you never know because she could be getting it from someone else. It didn't work with you. But you know what though? It's still. I mean, man, I don't know. It's crazy. It's the online thing is wild, man. Still, I would still give her a chance, and then wait till I see her, because you gotta always keep that in your mind. When you meet the woman, it's all different. It's all brand new, you know. And Kay hated me for it. I said it yesterday, and I said it thousands of times. But when I met her, she felt like who is this? She felt like I was an animal. Like, who is this heartless person I'm meeting? But you know, you got to carry it like that when it comes to online dating. To where the woman almost thinks you're heartless, and I know it wasn't heartless. I know I had love for her, and I started to love her when I came here. I started to love her even online. But you got to keep that protect that coat protection. You know, like when it's cold outside in New York, you know, I always have the coat. You got to do the same thing with your heart, you know, and stay cold. So you actually got to take the coat off and stay cold. Really, you have to stay cold, especially when online dating. And so, no XL, hard to find. Yeah, you get it in SM, but really, you can find it in some places like that, like in certain people that sell products. Like I remember, but it was in Manila though. It was in Manila. You found everything big in Manila. I had big shirts, guys. They had the big Puma shirts that were actually dirt cheap. They were like 100 pesos. Big Puma shirts I got for 100 pesos. I got a ton of them. I got like four at a time, and I would always go there and get the big Puma shirts. And it was right there in McLaren, in Manila. You're gonna find everything. Even certain provinces like Cebu, you find everything. Um, no matter where you are, I'm sure you can go to a city, look up SMs, look up certain places. You can. Only thing is they don't make it to where you can Google it. So that's I'm gonna make a website. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a website that's all of that information for you guys. I need to do it soon, actually, this week. That's all the information for you guys. That where to buy clothes, you know, where to get certain products at, you know, where to get certain health products that you guys may need. Because that's the thing in the Philippines, everything is just not just there. You can find a lot of it online though on Shopee and Lazada. Make that your best friend, Shopee and Lazada. But a lot of times things won't be there. So a lot of times you guys need to know, okay, where can I find certain things? Because like me, for instance, now I'm not in Manila no more, right? I used to get a lot of things from the health food store. Like I would get my nutritional yeast, and I would get my certain I would get my nutritional yeast. I would get my mushroom seasoning and certain things like that because I don't eat like regular salt, you know. And actually, the regular salt doesn't have much flavor anyway. So I use like things like that. But still, you know, I gotta order that. I gotta order it now. So I'm gonna post all these things on the website. It's like you want this, you want that, you want this. These are restaurants to stay away from. These are restaurants to go to, and just show it. Just boom, step by step by step by step by step, so you guys can see. And I have this way like restaurant category, food category, where to get certain products. Even have it to where like certain VA offices, the addresses. It's like a foreigner guide, you know. I need to create a foreigner guide for you guys. It's gonna take longer than a week too, but I want to do it because there's no sites out there like that. It just has everything that you guys need to know. You know, I was saying they have attitude. Um, well, it's about Filipinas. Filipinas do have attitude, but it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Filipinas, Filipinas talk. Filipinas open their mouth. The actual name of our skin color is melanin. Yeah, no, I know that. And the first human actually had melanin, had the most melanin. You know, but I don't want to talk about it because a lot of people is gonna go over people's heads. They won't get it. It's made from the dirt, the dirt of the ground. So that means they would like me a darker, most likely. They look like not even like a dirt. Like dirt is like Indian color. Like a lot of times African Americans in U.S. are like that color. Filipinos and Mexicans are accepted in the Crips and Bloods because they're considered black in U.S. but then again, Crips and Bloods now even have white boy members these days. Well, it's been like that for years actually. There's been white boy members in the Crips. I remember when I was in New York, right, and when I was in Queens, and it was white boys in the Crips. Then in Queens, there's always like even in those areas, like when you see Tommy, we see Tommy when 50 Cent put Tommy on I forgot the name of the show, but on Power. I grew up with guys like that in Queens. White boys down. They were able to say nigger and everything. You know, and it was accepted. It was wild, but it's always been a white boy like that in the hood. You know, always in all parts of Queens I moved to, and I was in Southside too, and there was white boys like that. Not many though, not in Southside. But when I went to Far Rockaway, it was a white boy that was like that. I do admire you, J&K, for saying kind words about Filipinas, unlike the other vlogger expats who might have just experienced bad relationships. Yeah, well, Ellen, that's the thing. Ellen, what happens with guys is a lot of times they don't realize the things that happened to them. They were to blame, Ellen. They were to blame because they accepted certain things, and then the guys bash Filipinos, and then you have a lot of guys. And then, Ellen, there are also guys say you can't bring Philippines to the U.S., but I know tons of guys that have Filipinos in U.S. and successful. So it's not true. It's when you have the wrong person, you know. Like guys even tell me still to this day, oh, you can't bring K to U.S. But I know I can bring K to U.S. because I know K. You understand? It's not every Filipino, but a lot of them you can bring because there's a lot of them that are there that are still not Americanized. They're Americanized somewhat in their ways, but still they have those Filipino morals, Yeah, guys that do that only look for sex. That's true. But and what happens to Ella Mendoza, sometimes I'll even make something talking about Filipinos, but it's not to talk down on them. It's to let them know, hey, look, you know what? If you're like this, maybe you need to not stay away from that, you know. And but it's cool because like people like you get it, Ellen. A lot of people do if they actually watch the video, they get it. So a lot of times, what happens to me in my videos is the person will surface watch it. They'll look at the title and then say something to me. It's like I get upset. It's like you didn't even watch the video. Like when I made a video talking about racism in the Philippines, where I was talking about Filipinos being racist to each other, mostly. And people thought I was talking about black racism in America because in the beginning, Abigail said Black Lives Matter and talking about a certain situation, but she was talking about Black Lives Matter movement in the U.S. But the person seen that in the beginning of the video and didn't watch the video, and it said you talking to them about Black Lives Matter. It's like I don't agree with Black Lives Matter. I despise Black Lives Matter. If you actually knew me and was like in a live stream and actually spoke with me about it, you would know that, because I know that Black Lives Matter is not even created from black people. It's created from the establishment, And I don't want to get too deep into that because we somebody that's Black Lives Matter supporter here, and it's true. It's actually ran not by black people. It's ran from a group of people that are not even black, you know. But somebody watched that video and said, "Oh, you're telling these Filipinos about Black Lives Matter?" It's like I didn't tell them anything. I'm talking about a video that I was actually a member of, where a person invited me to the video to talk about the racism in the Philippines. And my take on it was that the Philippines wasn't even racist. But then when I thought about it all, at the end of the video, I said, well, yeah, you know what? This is racism in a way. So I wasn't even calling the Philippines racist in the video. I was the one I was like, well, no. As I talked about a time where a Filipino come to me and said, what's up, my nigga? And I said, I already know he said that to me because of a rap song. I didn't look at it as racist. And I talked about that, what happened to me. And, I spoke about what I've seen in the Philippines, but I didn't see it as racist at all. Because Philippines is not racist like towards black people like that. And I didn't definitely don't want to talk about the problems in the U.S. I'm here to avoid that. Why would I bring that up? Like, oh yeah, we're going through this out there. Oh, it's so hard. And that's what the guys were saying. It's like, oh, and I said to the guy, you racist bigot. Like, how dare you accuse me of that? And you didn't even watch the video. Like, you didn't even know I don't like Black Lives Matter. Like, it's not that I don't support what they stand for. It's not that. It's just that it's a group of people that created it. They're not even black, and they riled black people up. It's not a black movement. originally. You understand? It's not that I don't have nothing against people even that do support it. It's just that what I was creating, what it stands for, is kind of like one of those things, like those people that go cause a riot in the crowd. It's like Black Lives Matter. You know what they call them? They call them police provocateurs. Black Lives Matter is like a police provocateur group, where something happens, they come in your city, and then they rile up black people and get them together for a movement. And really, it's to a police provocateur movement to really stir up the crowd. And when things get really out of hand, the people that are going to be getting killed and shot at, when that's happening in the U.S. again, there's going to be people that are Black Lives Matter, which is happening already. People going out there volunteering themselves, getting hurt, and it's like, it's not bringing up back the same feeling of the '60s. That's a different feeling. Like with Martin Luther King and all of them, that was different. Black Lives Matter is not that. You know, it will never be like that again, because you can't go from doing that, right, and then go live your daily life. In your daily life, it's not what you're doing when you go support Black Lives Matter. Your daily life is different. That's why I don't support those things. A lot of beautiful women there, facts, and they have very little money. The less money a woman makes, the more humble and cooperative they seem to be. It's so true. It's so true. Jay, what? You're gonna be a love doctor, Jay? No, I'm not gonna be a love doctor, but that's not me. Filipinos love doctors, right? Like what's the name? Sister Mishmarina, who's now in the U.S., is a love doctor, and she's a Filipino in the U.S. Well, guys keep saying, "Oh, you can't bring a Filipino to the U.S." She's a Filipino in the U.S. And Miss Miranda, do you want to leave your husband? No. Remember to answer that. Well, go ahead, answer. Right? I'm the type that will take time to evaluate a person, the situation, the decision process a person makes before I commit to a woman. Yes, it takes time, but commitments are meant to be lasting. Yep, that's so true. I did meet my ex fiance on dating site, Jay. He observes he observed me on Facebook for years through a mutual friend who already visited Batankas. Last chances to meet the right one from dating sites. Well, Ellen, you just had a bad rap with a bad dude. That's what happened. Same thing happened with Cable for me. So what happened to you was for him to push you to the right guy. That's all that happened. That's all that happened, Ellen. He wasn't the one for you. He it felt like it. He may have been financially secure, but most guys in the U.S. are going to be financially secure. A guy can make only 30,000 and be financially secure here in the Philippines, and you still financially secure making 30, because even if you're poor or almost not even poor, almost middle class, still, you know, you'll be fine if you have the right mental frame. Reason Marie Valencia, will you should look for someone who is striving to live, someone who knows how to make money in a decent way and can take care of herself financially. That's somewhat true, but still, it's not so much about the woman needs to take care of herself financially, right? Because like I got Kay, right, and Kay was a teacher. Well, I guess you're right somewhat, but Kay was a teacher, and I took her away from that. I took Kay away from that. It wouldn't make sense for Kay to continue to make money. Really, it wouldn't. We can make more money with Kay getting with my plan, cooperating with me. And it's funny because we come across some opportunities where that's going to start happening. We finally, we already do YouTube, but it's going to be even more than that. And so Kay's going to be extremely useful in a while. And if she was working, she can be useful. And so let me see here. How much are taxes a year in Philippines? Well, that's the thing. Taxes in the Philippines are nuts. Like that's the thing that's not fair in the Philippines. The taxes, say, if you're in a certain tax bracket, like my uncle, right? My uncle, um, in the U.S. he's my cousin. In the Philippines, my uncle. Yeah, that's how Filipinos do. But anyway, he makes like 150,000 a month, but they take about 50% of his money because he's in a certain tax bracket. So the more you make, the more taxes they take. It's not like U.S. The more you make, the less taxes, because there's way to cheat it. There's none of that in the Philippines. There's ways though if you're a business owner. So Let me correct that. There is ways if you're a business owner, but if you're a regular working person and making a lot of money, woo, you get hit in the Philippines. You get hit like 50% of your money if you're in a certain tax bracket. So yeah, it's high. Like for instance, with my YouTube, they're gonna hit me for my YouTube, right? But my YouTube, it wasn't a lot of money. Like I wasn't making 3,000 a month on their YouTube. If I was making like 3,000 a month, like there's some even expat vlogs that are making 3,000 a month, and Philippines gonna be coming for that money, and they probably didn't even recognize the notice that was sent out. So they're gonna be surprised when the Philippines says pay up, and they don't have it, and they're gonna be shut. They have a rude awakening, but they coming. But I'm gonna willingly say, hey, look, this is what I owe you for my vlogs. Boom, 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 boom. Say, here, that's yours. You know. And then I'm gonna have my fees of what I pay for my vlogs. That's gonna be scratched off, and I'll give them the rest. So all in all, I may have to just pay like 10,000 because I don't make that much. You know, my YouTube is not like thriving that much. I'll be honest with you guys, it's not that much money. Like I don't make my money on YouTube. I really do it because I love it. It makes a little bit of money. Don't get me wrong. If I had to rely on nothing but YouTube, I could just buckle down to 600 a month, and I probably could. I'll be okay. Make about that much, but the big dollars, thousands. No, I don't make that. So my tax a month is maybe what 3,000 pesos. It's not that much. So what's your main income? So let me see. I share both Facebook and YouTube streams. Thanks a lot for that, Simply Rocco. It was my soapbox, guys.
It's not too much soup
It's not too much
because
soup.
I cannot put a lot because I put little seasoning only.
The soap is like it is soup, but it's not too much case.
Yeah, because
Should have got
if I put too much water, I need to add more seasoning.
Mm. And she adds the cabbage in it with the chicken. Delicious.
You didn't know about it.
Yeah, well, I know Filipinos know about it, but a lot of them don't.
Yeah, you can take a break actually.
Are you gonna join?
Yeah, Jay is having a lunch break.
Yeah, that's right. Thanksgiving's coming soon. I forgot about that.
Yeah, actually, Timmy is keep messaging me like, do you want to promote our Timmy again?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do it. It makes money.
I only get one time payment there.
That's
I
fine.
asked them to give my subscriber
Mm-hmm.
a free stuff. They doesn't let to do it.
Let me not eat, guy. I can't eat this yet. But wish you hello, everyone. Mike loves to travel. You're late again, bro. Well, good evening. 2 hours late.
You're late. You're late in the
Face the
comment
wall.
section, babe.
Beta and Simps make it harder for the rest of us. They do. They do. And funny thing, it's not so much beta. It's the Simps. It's not really the betas, really. Well, yeah, betas they do because they're too nice. But it's the Simps that's really doing it. Big homies, what's up? Big homie, what's up from Miami? Getting ready for some football and crank up the grill. Yeah, I hear that. Let me see. There's a delay in your
That
video.
was
Oh, that was earlier.
It's just
Same with the guy.
12:07.
Oh wow.
So far.
Yeah, what time is it now? Yeah.
He's that late. You're late on the
But
video.
yeah, no, I am late in reading. Yeah. Relationship is all about
It's
give and take,
12:39.
interracial
Late 30 minutes.
or not. Money should not be a part of the argument or whatnot. Y'all should help each other in all aspects of life and relationship.
Mhm.
J&K, you are very inspirational to keep doing what you're doing. Have a great day and stay safe. Hope to meet you next year. Yeah, let us know.
Who's that?
Seems fine to me no longer. Yeah, wow, I'm reading this. Thanks a lot for this. I'm just now getting to the super sticker K showed me a half hour ago. But thanks a lot, guys. And also reason for coming to remember. Che, that's not when you reside in Manila. 1,000 pesos here is enough for a week if you live frugal in the province. Yeah. No, it is. It is enough for a week. And it's funny, like some people live off that, even buying their groceries and everything. I'm still a little bit spoiled, Risa. I gotta get to the point where, like, but don't get me wrong, I can still live off of only $800. So I'm not that spoiled, but still $800 is a lot in the Philippines. That's 40,000. 40,000 pesos. Like a lot of Filipinos don't make that. Most Filipinos. So yeah, it is. I do have a big budget still. Got it on sale for 6.99. Okay,
Yeah, I know. I miss it. Maybe actually I miss it, babe.
guess what?
Because it's a promo during November 1 and
Mm-hmm.
2. They're
I used to
selling
live in New
for it's
Delhi.
either
Their
399 or
office, New
499.
Delhi. Yeah. Hello, Drew. Have you ever tried to do reaction videos with Kay on a fun channel? Actually, I have. I've did reaction videos on this channel before, and I will do it in the future too. I'll
Or
do it in the
J and
future
K
too,
too.
and I'm gonna do it on J and K. Yeah, so I do want to start doing that. I'm gonna start doing reaction videos. Um, I think it's gonna be good. See, the thing is, and I'm not trying to brag. I'm one of really the only expats that can do it because I understand how to edit vlogs. I'm just being real. I'm not trying to bash nobody. I know how to edit, so I can do a lot of things, and I need to start doing it. There's so much more I can do in my YouTube, but I'm going to start doing because it's going to put me in a whole different level. Because I'm an actual vlogger. It's a little different than these expats. I'm more than just an expat. I can vlog. So I will start doing reaction videos and start doing fun videos. Yeah, I'm going to start doing it, especially now I'm here in the province. I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but food is expensive from
Do
places
you
like
want me to
SL
put
Robinson.
the sofas in the thing?
No, I'm going to eat it a little bit. Actually, take over. I'm going to use the bathroom and eat.
All right, bathroom break again.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm drinking a lot of water.
Drink. Actually, guys, I'm happy that Jay drinking a lot of water because when we're in Pasig, Jay. Oh, oh my gosh, it's so heavy.
Sorry.
We have a smaller space here, guys. So I'm happy Jay started drinking a lot of water because whenever he go live, he said, "Oh my gosh, I'm dehydrated." You know, he's dehydrated, he felt dehydrated, but now he's always ready with this one big bottle of water. Uy, I have a green screen there, guys. Anyway, let me just keep reading fast so we will go to the bottom of this. We missed it, Simple Rocco. I hope we didn't miss it. I was so sad. Like she said, let me check if it's still available, and then it's not no more. India and we have a super chat from our the professor. Happy New Year, K and J 2022 is here. OMG. Oh my gosh. The professor is always the alarm clock when we're so late in reading the comments, guys. So stay ano tawag dito, what we call this? Bear with me or bear with Jay. He's coming soon, and I will be reading it as fast as possible. Okay. Um, India and in the gears coming capital. Thank you for the super chat, the professor. Cold now in here in Brooklyn, New York. From Roberto Santos. They're saying hello to each other here. And then Terry Fleming said, to be real, I don't think a 20-year-old doesn't have the capacity to be responsible, though. He may have money to make up for his mistakes. Yeah, I think age doesn't matter. It's just the maturity. Sometimes even the 18 years old male or female is just the maturity. If you're matured enough, they have the capacity to be responsible because there's some even in the Philippines like me, I'm matured. I think I can say I'm matured around like after college, like when I'm starting to work in a call center, I get more matured. So usually is not on the age, it's the maturity of the person and also their experiences in life. Sometimes the experiences in life that you have in the past make you more responsible and more matured. Anyway, let's move on from Terry Fleming. Mike said, "Okay, how is my brother doing? Really, his blood pressure." I answered that already. He's doing okay, and I'll make sure I'm the only one cooking all the time. But he's careful now. He doesn't put too much when he's cooking, and also we don't eat too much fast food no more. So sometimes he has some cheat day, but maybe like once or every two weeks, you know, like the ice cream in McDonald's, but usually not anymore. He's very careful right now, guys, and we hope it's not gonna happen again. Will said skin complexion is and has never been issue for me. I just prefer Filipinas because of the culture and the family values. Yeah, that's true. It's not about the color because Filipino has came with different sizes, different color. It's just the personality. and the culture too. Alright. Sorry, guys. Let's go faster before Jay came. Come back. I bet you that white guy was the craziest one. All right, so they're answering to each other. Yep, Jack Hobson is my fiance. Yes, yes, Edward Love. Okay. Oh, that's me. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Jay, come back. They're leaving. Black Lives Matter are a bunch of crooks made by political groups. Okay, I'm just reading that, guys. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mister. If you're still listening, he said he's going to replay this. Thank you for the super chat. He said, I'm late, but I am here. Heading to the airport now, though. I'm going to watch the replay. So stay safe. I'm just asking him earlier. I don't know if he's still here. Where are you going? And he said he's spying, but I don't know where is he going. But I hope he answered my question. Anyway, thank you for the super chat. Okay. Jay is eating right now, guys. Ano tawag ito? Lunch break. Have you seen that judge carrying water for Kyle Wittenson house boy? Image a judge doing that for a teen black defendant in court. LOL. Sorry, I cannot relate. Right? But he said, have you seen the judge carrying water for Kyle? I don't know Kyle Rittenhouse. I don't know. Maybe Jay know that, but Jay, come back. Stay safe, Mr. Mister. You are welcome. Okay, that's good. You do cook for him. Gotta keep him healthy. Yes, actually, the time that he cooked, that time I was editing his vlog. That time when he cooked on his own, and he put too much. And we stopped eating beef too, guys, because beef is a lot of cholesterol. We stopped eating beef. We only eat chicken and fish, and as much as possible, just chicken, just fish, because chicken has a lot of. It's not really good. Chicken is not also good. So you finish eating?
No,
Oh,
eat
you
yours.
put it back?
Yeah, put it back. Yeah.
Okay, good. We can eat later after the live. I
Eat
should
yours.
just give you that
She
one.
gave me this. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
This is more than enough.
That's when I was young, they're like an event in the church, and then they have like free sopas that usually they're giving to the kids.
Mhm.
And I just attend the event just to eat sopas. Maybe he said here, have you seen that judge carrying water for Kyle Rittenhouse? Boy, image a judge doing that for a teen black defendant in court. You know that?
Oh,
See, Kyle Rittenhouse, boy.
cool.
He said, have you seen that judge carrying water for Kyle Rittenhouse? Boy, image a judge doing that for a teen black defendant in court. LOL. You know
Carrying
him?
water.
He doesn't know him?
No.
He doesn't know him. Sorry. Right? 5014, he doesn't know that guy.
Yeah. Oh man, it's cold in here now.
Thank you for the super chat. The professor said it's 2022. Go faster.
Yeah, and so Black BLM, the organization, took that. It has nothing to do with actually saving or improving Black lives. It's bogus. Well, what it is just riling people up and getting Black people to support that movement. And Barack is getting back. Yeah, I can't wait to go back. Actually, I haven't been to Far Rockaway in years.
Where is that?
Far Rockaway is like
It's part of New
Queens.
York.
It's Queens.
Ah.
It's Queens, but it's connected to Long Island. The
Mhm.
thing is, you can get into Far Rockaway. You go by like Long Beach over there,
Mhm.
and once you go to Long Beach, you can go over the bridge, and that's like the shortcut to go into Queens
Mhm.
from Long Island. You go to
Mhm.
Long Beach, and because the thing is, like Freeport, like it's easy to get into Long Beach. And from right there, that's the shorter way. You can get to Far Rockaway, go right over by Long Beach, go right into Far Rockaway,
Mhm.
and yeah,
Your eyeball is so big, babe.
that's some of the outlook. That's my eye.
Sure, I really like
This
that.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
Ah, okay. So Mr. said he's heading to Dominican Republic until the Philippines
I heard that, man.
open.
Do what you gotta do, bro.
Mm.
I support that, man.
Wow.
I support that.
I'm happy. We are happy for you, Mr. and have some fun.
Yeah.
Make sure control the population.
And see, when Mr. Marina said, no, we've been together for a decade now, I'm already invested. But Mr. Marina, as far as everybody else believes, though, you can't bring him to the States. That's what people keep saying.
Mhm.
But it's not true. And it's guys, I have guys that say this to me that really don't understand not even that they don't understand Filipinos, they don't understand the mind of woman.
Mhm.
You understand? They don't understand that a lot of Filipinos, for the most part, aren't thinking like that. You know, they'll see a blogger say you can't do it, and
Mhm.
because they weren't responsible and taking the time with their Filipino that got done dirty, and they'll talk in such a cult like way and
Mhm.
make you believe that you can't do it when it's not true. You know, they put it out to the masses, and then a lot of people see that go, oh well, no, you can't, and it's not true. That's false. You can bring a woman there. You just have to bring the right woman to the U.S.
Mhm.
You know, like for instance, Miss Raina put in the time with her man. She was doing him. I remember she was talking to him for years. She was doing YouTube. I wish she was here.
Mhm.
It was years. I've seen Miss Marina talking to him, and then when she finally moved up there, I was like, oh wow, she moved. And but she actually said that she was moving in her live stream. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, they're
moving
already
soon. Yeah,
processing the papers that time when we met her.
yeah,
The guy went here, the husband went here, and then they processed the fiance visa.
yeah.
I'm
But
happy for Sis Mitch
you know what I'm saying? I mean,
because
but
he found
still,
a good guy too.
but no. The thing is, so all those other guys. Oh well, no, you can't, and it's not. That's false.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't go off of. You have to look at the person and then go, wait a minute, hold up, what's wrong with you,
Mm-hmm.
right? Why can't you bring her? Because it's really them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not you.
Yeah, that's true
It's
because
really them. Yeah.
Sis Mitch is there already for I don't know 2 years or 1 year. I think
Yeah,
two
I think two
years.
years, going on three, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think she's already there for a long time,
yeah.
like almost three. So.
I know it's guys that bring them in for 10 years in the Philippines. It's a lot of successful relationships. So
Mm-hmm.
now, if you don't know her, don't bring her. You understand? If you don't know her, don't bring her. Like a lot of guys are just bringing them there.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
problem.
just
Like
so
for
they don't know them.
example,
Yeah,
they met here and then they stay here for almost for just a month. They have a picture. They do a visa after right away. Like
yeah,
they're not even together for a year
exactly.
or two
They
years.
just doing Beyonce visas, just bring them right out there. And it's like,
Yeah,
oh no, that's stupid.
yeah. You cannot bring your girl like you just met your
Yeah, met
girl.
your girl, do a fiance visa, and boom, and they come in 2 months after that.
Yeah, you need to
Yeah,
wait. Like Sis Mitch, they take time. Like
a
they're in
long
a
time,
relationship for a long
a
time before.
long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, a long.
So
Actually, he put in, like she said, 10 years. I think he really put in 10 years with her.
yeah.
Like, literally, he took a long time.
That's why, guys,
Yeah,
if ever don't listen to the other people like, oh, you cannot bring, you can,
yeah.
but I cannot
You
say
gotta
it
be
to
smart
myself
about it.
because Jay is the one who's gonna bring me there. But
You gotta be smart about
yeah,
it.
I know you need to know the person so much before you decide to bring her
Mm-hmm.
to the US. But anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
Okay, I sent you a message on Epic Messenger, which I follow. Jay, thank you so much. Gonna go in. Good night,
Yeah,
Ellen.
no problem. Let me
I will
speak to you.
check that. So I'm just gonna click, guys. You're saying hello to each other. Mister, safe travel. Take care, sis. Okay, thank you. All right. All right. Let me just skip that, guys. All you're saying hello to each
Yeah.
other. And then we have Kay Dallas here.
The same thing you say about Black Lives Matter is the same thing said about Malcolm
Mhm.
and much way different. Malcolm Martin is that's way different.
Peter Wang is so
That's
late.
that's so different.
2.2 hours
Yeah,
late.
yeah, I know, Peter.
You're late,
Malcolm,
Peter
actually,
Wang.
Malcolm, what Martin Luther King, I have a dream speech wasn't all he was about. Martin Luther King spoke mostly about the reparations
Mhm.
for giving back people the stolen land because it wasn't about slavery. He didn't speak about slavery. It's not about slavery. It's about reparations that's old. Because land was taken that black people owned, you know. It was a lot different. And one of the king was about getting land back, not about just equality, you know.
So Big Man said, correction, Jay, the Black Lives Matter movement is by Black people. The Black Lives Matter organization is run by the alphabet community groups. They profit off of Black death.
Yeah, they do.
All right.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Okay. Jay, do you and KD ever plan on having a physical store? Yes.
Yes, we do.
Actually, that's the reason why we're going to the
Hmm.
we're here in the province. We're waiting for my sister to get the title of the house of the land of my mother, so we can build a store there beside with my sister, or we're gonna build a store in the house where we're gonna build in the province
Hmm.
in my town. I mean, we're in the province right now.
Yeah, we're gonna have our own location. We're gonna actually, usually you rent a store building. We're gonna build the store building. That's what I want to do. So it's ours. Love case shopping.
Anyway, leave the politics, yeah, out of the
Yeah,
chat.
yeah, 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 no, talking about it in the
I
moment.
love K shopping video. I think it would be awesome if you had your own. So I have an
Cash
online
flow,
store. I
yeah.
have Shopee store. Only thing is my product is limited now, and I plan to order it by calling them because I know a lot of seller already in Tai and some other stuff, other store, but I'm we still settling down, guys. I already turned on my vacation off. I turned off my vacation on Shopee because you can turn off if ever you're traveling or something. But I'm still waiting. Yummy sopas. Thank you so much. Sarap sarap. Sarap. Do you know sarap sarap?
Mm-hmm.
What is sarap sarap?
Good.
No, the other word. Delicioso.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ismael. Jay's like that. He actually requested it, and I'll make sure it's
What?
not
What?
salty, right?
Mm.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I cannot put too much soup because I'm gonna keep adding seasoning if I
Mm-hmm.
got another soup because it doesn't have taste no more.
No, you should add more mushroom.
No, it's gonna be too salty. Babe.
No.
I put enough. If Philippines doesn't open up for December Christmas time, I'll be sad year again. It will be sad year again. It should open though. Only 1.9 cases a day in the Philippines as opposed to 12K plus. That's
Mm-hmm.
true. Now that was today. It's 1.9. Peter is always watching the news.
Let me see.
That was today. The 1.9 cases. I see it in the news.
Yeah, no. Um, it was 12K before, and it's crazy because it was 12K. What, like 3 4 months ago, right?
Yeah, when
So
we
okay
go
there.
back to ECQ.
Yeah. And then we went back to ECQ. Yep, then it got better.
Metro Manila is almost fully vaccinated. Not vaccinated. I mean they already almost going to be 70% soon.
Mm-hmm.
So all right, they're
Let me
talking to
see.
each other. Yeah. What's that?
Jane K, my birthday is also this month on the 16th.
Oh, advance happy birthday, Ismael. It's coming soon, November 16.
And so I say, pray that I will be found by my man who I will cook the soup as too. I cook good soup as too, yummier than the Jollibee creamy soup. Gotta go, hugs.
Click that. Click it.
Uh,
So Ellen, whoever likes sopas, guys, Ellen will gonna cook it for you. Yeah, it's better than Jollibee because Jollibee has a include sopas included in the
and
meal.
I like that energy, Ellen. That's a
Let me
great
put it
energy.
in.
People will call that pick me, but no, that's the way to be.
Mhm.
You know, when you have that energy,
Mhm.
that you got to be like that. You know, as a woman, that's a feminine. Hey, pick me. Great. That's not. There's nothing's wrong with that. Trust me. Trust. That's a good thing.
Yeah, the only way for what do you call the way for heart, the heart of the man is through their stomach, right? How do
And
you say
not
it?
even just that, but no, as a
It's the
woman,
saying.
that's a feminine trait when a woman is like that. But anyway, let me see.
Happy birthday,
Especially the meats and
Ismael.
baking. Let me. I want to talk about this, guys, because it's at 2:43. We're gonna end it soon. But I was talking about this now. This is about the
What's that?
sad part. This is the sad part of foreigners that live the fast life here, and this is the part where Filipinos, okay, Filipinos fall victim to, and I hate to do it, bring it on this note, but I'm gonna bring this note to end it. And this is an article, guys. Want to read it? And this is about a boy Ray in Manila. He's 9 years old. He taught himself how to speak French. It shows he managed to save a little money, knows his way around town, and he knows his way around the bars in the back streets of Manila's red light district, like over there by Mita. And it's
Mhm.
funny, guys. I was over there, and you see these kids over there still like that today, right? Now, Ray used the word like pedophile. He would say pedophile when he talks about his life, right? And he knew the word. And this is not just a big word he picked up on the street. He knows exactly what he was saying. And for 2 years, Ray was selling himself to middle-aged white men
This
who
is
came to
real.
Manila to buy boys for an hour or for an evening of sex.
I don't want to.
Now, I know Kate
This
hates
could
stuff
be-
like this, but the thing is, Ray, right? He was only 9 years old, and the money he would make was only $10 a day. And Ray even knew about AIDS and things like that. And Ray even said sometimes you would have to speak with guys that were sick. He would say it was, but this is what happens in the Philippines. This is the sad part of that. And guys, this happened to Ray right in Ermita. In Ermita, okay, this would happen, and it's been happening for years. This happened in 1987, and it still happens to this day. And you could see it in the guys that come here. Like I remember one time I was living in Pasay, right? And I told Kay about it. It was a guy who was a basketball coach, right? And a guy, remember we see the guy?
Maybe I'm going to talk about the rape the kids, baby.
No.
It's a
Okay,
pedophile.
no. It was a guy, right? He lived in the same building as me. I lived in the this is when we were living in Pasay, and when we lived in what's the name of the condominium over there?
La Verte.
La Verte, right? We lived in Verte residences. And the guy here was with a backwards hat, and I always seen him. Yeah, he's right. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to bomb it.
KCK knows the guy. He was always a little funny in the switch, and I always seemed like a dude, like real young, that looked like he was gay. And this dude was taking advantage of young boys in the Philippines. He was doing it for years. He was a basketball coach, and he actually coached the La Verte team. When they,
He is?
yeah,
Ah.
they let him coach the La Verte team.
And he looked like he's a pedophile.
He looks like a pedophile. He was.
Mhm.
And it was sad, and that's the sad part of of the fast life, and the guys come here to live that, and it's sad, and it will forever happen in the Philippines until a change happens. And it's on some New York City stuff when they say when you see something, say something.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like that. So but me, I'm so caught up in the in being older in the don't snitch culture, that's famous in New York. So I mind my business, but I'm not there now. But if I was to see something like that today, I'm definitely saying something,
Mm-hmm.
because that, like, these things are the scum of the earth. And that's what I have to say about that. I just want to say, um, please end that happening in the Philippines, because it's happening to babies, guys, and there's babies out there in Manila and different cities that are going through this and that are a victim of the fast life.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Look at the Happy New Year, JNK. Oh, 2023. Look at this.
Every time he mentions my name, I am kind of like, okay, a little bit more.
A little bit more, stay more.
Yeah. See you later, Ellen Mendoza. I'm a fast
I
learner.
think
I'm Kukalang, yeah. With
thank you
that.
for the super chat, Jack.
Yeah, thanks a
Jay
lot.
doesn't have an interview today. Jack is no panel, no
Yeah,
panel.
I'm gonna bring a panel on, Jack, but I'll let you know.
Yeah.
When I bring the panel on. When I talk about, Kay can Reza and I join. Well, yeah, no, not today,
Yeah.
not today. Maybe in the middle of the week I may do something.
Tell us secret about it. Now that is
And the most snow channel says we got snow today. I just talked about that in the video. No more snow. I talked about it in the video. About the Philippines, and I talked about the freedom, and I talked about snow. And I talked about freedom of not being in the States. Me being from the East Coast, I talked about snow and the freedom not having that. But so wait, what happened, Ken?
No, I know. I don't know what Simple Loco said. Wait, what happened, Kay? I don't know. It was so far, babe. That's why we need to. Hello, everyone from No More Show channel. Hello, Kay. Hello. So we're gonna skip you guys. You saying hello to each other.
Yeah.
She said she can cook sizzling sisig.
I could cut the food for my man to live longer. Okay, I heard that.
Thank you for our moderator who's saying hello to all the guests. Well, the guest. Guest. Sige na. All right, Ismail has a question for us.
Nah, I gotta rest.
What are your plans this Christmas, Kay? For me,
Yeah,
it's
what are we
only
doing
Kay.
this Christmas? Yeah.
Well, actually, we don't celebrate Christmas, guys, because
Yeah, not
we're
really.
Adventists. But I was thinking that how about only think Christmas is Saturday?
Oh, yeah.
No. I think Christmas is
Well-
is Friday, babe. Let me see. I was thinking that earlier when I was cooking. I was like, how about we give away some some food
I
or
want to
do
do
some
something like
stuff
that.
like
Yeah,
that.
I
That
want to do
will
that
give
for
you
Christmas.
Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to do giving. I want to do giving. Not
Christmas
that fast the
is,
date.
oh no,
I want to take it easy.
Saturday, babe.
No, sorry, we still can give on Saturday.
Or maybe 24.
Yeah,
Let's do it in 24 before
yeah.
Christmas because it's the
I
a
want to
day
give
before
other kids
Christmas.
at Christmas. We may be in Manila on Christmas. We may be there
Why?
to give.
No,
Only give here,
here in
okay.
the
Yeah, we
province.
get your
Unless
province. Yeah.
unless Jay's ano to, permanent resident is ready, we're gonna go back to Manila to
Mm-hmm.
stamp. We cannot wait no more because it will take 2 to 3 months. Is right now it's 2 months, guys. But I was thinking that we can maybe like give away some stuff or like do prank with delivery people here because Grab people they're always like getting a lot, but people here they're also like a Grab here, but not
Oh
really a Grab, guys. We're gonna
yeah.
do a prank that we act like, oh, we're not gonna get the food,
Oh.
and then we're gonna give them something. That's gonna be a good
Yeah.
surprise. So we need to
Only
plan,
thing
guys. We have a lot of stuff to do.
they probably won't want the food though.
That's fine, and you just give them a tip.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah.
So order something that you think that they will like.
You shouldn't have said nothing though. You told them to plan.
Oh yeah.
It's fine. They're still not. They're still gonna be surprised.
Also, Ismail, gonna answer you. We're going to Puerto Galera after Christmas with my family. We already have plans, so that's after Christmas. We'll be in Puerto Galera for 2 days,
Mm-hmm.
and not that fast to date. Okay, magandang gabi. Alright. No need to read all comments. Kay read only relevant on those treasures. Thank you for your concern.
It's true, and Jay Brown said it. One thing I love about Filipinos is that they don't care much about politics. They don't.
Mhm.
It is very refreshing.
There's a lot who care though, but mostly not. Those are the people who really like, oh, this is what we're gonna vote.
Yeah, I know. It's a far rock news, man. No, yeah, I know.
Hello, John
Straight savage.
Thomas. He said my bank account matters.
Far rock news are straight savage.
Who?
Far rock, far rock.
All right, so we're doing faster, guys. We're gonna be 2023 now. Have a safe trip up, Ismael. Okay, and we
The
will
hell,
get
yes,
ready.
ma'am. Alan, skip to mic. You should read all of them, kid.
All right.
Well, no, he's
Oh,
up there.
oh, sorry.
He just
Sorry,
skipped it.
sorry, store.
Hold up. Yes, ma'am, Ellen, you're right. You're so right on point. And when God gets the man you're looking for, to see that you will know. Yes, Mike, Proverbs 31:30
Mm-hmm.
and Proverbs 18:22.
How about you, Ismael? What's your plan for Christmas? You're asking us. We
See, I made
asked
sure
you
to look for
now.
someone who didn't want to come to the U.S. Plus, I don't want to take a Filipino from her family and her way of living. I'd rather be there and help her build a business. Yeah, that's what it's about.
Hello, the
Hmm.
hamsters.
That's what it's about. Oh, Hapsons here. Many men don't understand themselves, don't understand women, then they wonder why relationships fail and then point the finger at the woman. Takes two to tango. No, it's true. It's true. And guys, that's why before I kept making the videos on, bringing Philippines to the US because I know why guys go through, and you guys know it too, why guys go through Filipinas doing them wrong when they get to the US. It's because they don't take the time, you know? And you have to take the time. You could be a fat, ugly dude,
Mm-hmm.
and you can take a woman in the U.S. Doesn't matter. It's just the time you take to know her, how she really is, to know her
Mm-hmm.
personality. You know?
Just don't bring the girl right away. Know the person first.
Yeah.
Like maybe after a year, but sometimes the reason they bring there because they cannot come
Can't
visit
get, can't,
here.
yeah,
But try to know the person first
hmm,
for a long, long time.
yeah,
But it doesn't matter long or short, but still know the person.
yeah.
So where you are now? Here?
Keep going now. Look, pass. Oh, it's just lower.
All right. Jay Brown said, many men don't understand
Where's that already?
themselves. Okay. All right, so guys, are they
Okay,
saying
yeah.
hi to each other now? Why is it complicated for Filipino to pass their immigration at the airport to board their flight? I will answer that. Because they thought in the immigration, actually, I almost doesn't pass when the first time I fly going to Thailand because the immigration is very strict. They're thinking that Filipinos are going to find a job in the other country, especially when you go to Thailand, to Hong Kong, to Singapore.
you can actually easily like find a job, especially in Thailand, guys. Just have a tour and then you start teaching. So that's why the immigration is very strict. So when you go to immigration, make sure you dress. I mean, in the airport, make sure you dress like you're traveling, especially if you're planning to work abroad. Okay, so dress like you have money. And the reason I was able to enter because I met my ninang now. She helped me. My friend and I is flying at the same day but different airlines. And I fly first. I booked the ticket first, and she booked Kuwait Airlines, something like that. And it's too expensive for me. But anyway, I was in the airport. I met our ninang, and then she's not our ninang yet that time because Jenna is not married yet that time. And then she said, "Oh, where you going?" I said, "I'm going to Thailand because I want to teach there, and my friend is gonna help me." But my friend is still the flight of my friend is like maybe 5 hours to 6 hours away before me after me. So she said it's gonna be hard. She said like this: "I want you to stand with me, and then I'm gonna tell the immigration officer that you are my niece." That's the only thing. You start lying, right,
Mhm,
babe? Just
mhm,
to be just because of the immigration officer, you start lying. They said she said, "I'm gonna say you're my niece." I know the person too. I know her. She said, "I'm gonna say you're my niece and you're staying with me." And then she said that, and I able to enter right away. Like, okay, she's staying with you, and then because if it's me, maybe I was not able to enter because that's my first time to travel outside the country, and I'm also nervous because there's a lot of people that being declined. After the lady asked me, "Oh, where you going?" She's staying with me, right? We are bring to another room. In that room, we are interview again, babe.
mhm,
I said, "Oh, are you sure she's staying with you? How long she's staying in Thailand? When she's coming back?" I have a return ticket, so that's good. And then after that, we actually almost late to the plane because of that
mhm,
interview, but we made it. But anyway, that's the reason why I hope I answer your question. That's the reason why it's hard. The immigration sometimes is irritating sometimes because they think that everybody will want to work outside the country. All right, so I hope I answered that.
mhm,
Asian girl wearing pigtails, high heels, and apron, cooking in the kitchen. That's right to behold.
mhm.
What are you reading?
No, I'm saying this.
Okay, mushroom. Oh, it's a mushroom seasoning, Ismael. It doesn't even taste like a mushroom. It's
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah,
it's a
yeah.
seasoning. It
No,
really
it's
tastes
seasoning.
good.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't like mushroom. We actually bought a mushroom snacks, and it's not too salty, but we tasted the
Mhm,
one we bought. We can eat it later while we
mhm.
watch a movie. Right, he asked it again because he thought we're gonna miss it. What are you two planning for Christmas? Thank you for the super chat, Jack
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks
Hobson.
for the support.
Thanks,
A lot
there.
of countries tend to look to
Okay.
the imaginary aura of what America pretends to be and close their eyes to what America really is. It's a country of Nazis, of Puritans, and hypocrisy. It truly is, Terry. And people don't. You know what happens, especially the Filipinos and Filipinas. Americans like this. It, it is a land of opportunity. I can't lie. It's a lot of things you can do in the U.S. you can't do in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. Like the tax laws are much different. Like everything. I can't lie. It's a lot of things. Even the clothes, even for business, a lot of times in certain ways. Remember, America really is a land of opportunity. I can't lie. It really is. But still, besides all of that, everything else is tragic and it's getting worse. It's getting worse. That's why I had to leave. That's why I had to leave America. And a lot of Filipinos that go, they end up wanting to come back. So that goes to say something about that there. TLM. Good morning. He must be in California, TLM.
Hi,
Yeah,
TLM.
he's in California, I think.
And then we have Kevin Jimenez. Hi, JNK. It's getting cold here in New York now.
Yeah, come on
I
over here, man.
bet they were gonna say, "I bet that's Jay's next
Yeah, I
answer."
bet. Are you guys going to make a turkey? Oh, turkey. I may make a turkey.
Yeah, we never cook
Always cook.
turkey.
Actually, no, I made it one time.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
No, it's only chicken.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, man,
Because
that's a
whenever
turkey.
we want to buy
Oh
turkey, oh, it's out
yeah.
of stock, and then when
I'm
we're
gonna
not
get it early this
we're
year.
not gonna buy it, it's too expensive,
Yeah.
and it's no holiday. No, no.
Yeah, it wasn't a holiday. We were gonna get it. Hapsters, what's going on? Hey, Mrs. DJ.
DJ
You're not playing
Hapsters.
on a radio.
All right. Oh, you late for 3 hours.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh
It goes
wow.
by fast. It goes by fast. That's what
I know. Actually, guys, doing live stream is addicting, right?
it is. It is.
Because you're able to talk to them, you're able to answer question, they're able to answer your question too. It's like
You
you're
know
talking to
what?
people.
I would do a live show
We don't
4 or 5 times
eat lechon,
a week.
Ismael.
You would eat lechon, yeah. You eat pork.
All right, so we're gonna skip all your greetings to each other. Okay, I will buy new PS5 games and eat and play. Yeah. Sana all, Ismael. Right now we only have PS4. We're trying to be responsible people right now, not to spend too much yet. Because Jay wanna
Oh
have a
no. Actually,
PS5.
let me tell you what I'm gonna do, Ismail. In about 2 weeks, I'm gonna get that 4K TV.
Oh yeah, guys.
Yeah.
There is a
Then I'm gonna
sale
get the
here.
PS5 and maybe
Maybe wait for for the sale again on
no,
December.
no. I may get. I want to get it because I want to get the PS5 for Christmas.
No, but it's not sale no more. The sale is until November 15 only for the 11/11.
No, no. It's gonna be another sale. I'm gonna find a 2K TV. You know, because what it is, guys. Out here, we're here in the province. If you were in Manila, you find the sales all day. Actually, things are more expensive here in the province, like TVs, things like that.
No, TV is cheap here.
Well, the TV's cheaper than Manila too.
I was surprised, guys.
Oh no, the oven. Like you need a new oven.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got.
which you're aware of it. There's a television here, 4K 55 inches.
Mm-hmm.
That's for 30, no, 24,
25,000.
25,000.
Yeah,
It was sale.
$500. Yeah.
It was like almost 50, I think 50%, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised, like it's cheaper here. They have the sale like that here compared to Manila.
But the oven is way more. Things like that.
One celebrate Christmas with me. Just don't forget to bring your own chicken. Mine is the red one and the sushi. You are still pretty though. It's too late now. Ellen, we
Like
always
what?
sleep. No, she says too late. I still look pretty even it's too late.
Oh no, Kay.
We work night shift,
Yeah, I work
so
till 8 in the morning. Kay usually stays up to 6.
yeah.
So Kay's up to the sun, break of dawn.
Thank you
every
so
day.
much, Ellen. Okay, I will have gaming Christmas sons. Philippines will still be close. I know.
I gotta call my son and find out if he got the game he wanted. Yeah, guys. But once Philippines opens and I'm there, I'm getting some lechon and red horse mixed with root beer. Red horse mixed with root beer. Whoa, whoa. But yeah, guys.
I mean, we just finished the rest of the
No, you
comments.
can't finish that.
No, it's almost
It's not
done.
done.
So the
Okay.
Cuban people rebelled against the degradation and sexual abuse of its people, where Black Cubans would work in places but couldn't visit.
Oh,
Merry,
really? I didn't know about that.
Merry Christmas, the Hopsters. Mabuhay, Wally James. Hello. I don't know. Dane is Ladane and Dane is the same person.
Yeah, it's the same person.
I don't know if Ladane is watching. Hello, Ladane. Ladane is one of our supporter. When Jay do a give some fruits to the poor, Ladane give a lot of donation
he's
for
really the
that.
supporter.
Actually, he's the one who donate
Yeah,
for
he
that
was the main
cause.
supporter. Yeah,
Yeah, he
main
donated
donator,
a
yeah.
lot of that.
Actually, it was only Ladane. It's only him.
So shout out
And
to
I paid out of
Ladane.
pocket, and
I don't know if it's
it's me and
I don't
Ladane.
know it's him because he
Yeah, I know it was
used
him.
Dane.
I know it was him. I know his
Right.
face. That's all.
Mm.
I said that's Dane. So,
Jay, in America now there are so many jobs because people are quitting to do their own business. The pandemic taught many how to make their own money. Very even in the
here in the
Philippines,
Philippines, yeah, we see
people.
in Case Province, guys. It's we're not even there yet. It's already
Mhm.
changing. Like they got big businesses, hotels. It's crazy. Like you guys are gonna see when we go out there. It's like this hotel. It's nuts. It's not even like the province. It's not the province. Case like Oriental Mindoro is like a city. It's not really like the province.
Because we're so close in
Yeah,
Manila.
Notable Highway. Yeah.
Xbox rules from the professor. Xbox rules. Oh, we're at the last part. Yes, we made it. We made it, the professor. We made it to
Yeah.
2022. Happy New Year, guys. It is safe to travel in
So
Mindoro. It's just there's an NPA here, but it's safe. It's not really that, dangerous
it's
to
2
travel in my
terabytes.
province.
Yeah, no, I need to do something for 2 terabytes. That's a lot of storage for the games. Because the
Mm-hmm.
PS5 I got didn't really have much storage.
Mm-hmm. He said, hello, sis, after I miss Maureen told me greetings. It was your birthday. Oh, advance a belated happy birthday, the Hapsters. It was her birthday, he
Mm.
said. J and K was the longest non-stop stream you ever done. Five plus hours.
I think so. I
Yeah,
think
we did.
one,
We
yeah.
did the 5 plus hours. That
We
was
did one.
with the professor, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's
Yeah.
with the professor and some other guests. That was like last year. We
Yeah.
have that longest until 4 a.m. That's the time before Jay got the mini stroke. We actually go live until 4 a.m.
Hmm.
That's what I asked about Mindoro. Mindoro is actually safe, Wally James. Just don't go to the mountain part, but there's a lot of it's safe here.
Yeah, but then they do have the people that are kidnapping and taking the mountains. They're here. They
Oh
are.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Xbox rules. Will and the professor is Xbox lovers. You guys watch the movie Flinch? It's awesome.
No, no,
What's Flinch? Have you watched Flinch before?
no.
Oh,
No
really? It's Xbox sucks. Alright, guys, we're almost here, guys. It's more about bringing someone into toxic environment. What is talking about? About your title, I think, right?
Hmm.
All right. We made it!
Yeah.
Yes! Congratulations, bro!
And Kay, we're never gonna have you read. I'm taking care of comment duty
Why?
because Kay read all the comments, every single comment, and it's not
No,
about
I'm
comments.
skipping it. I'm skipping
Yeah,
it.
it's not about comments.
Thank you. We made it.
Yeah, but I gotta get Kay off the comment. No more comment duty for Kay.
Why?
No more, no, because it's too much. You reading comment for comment. I usually don't do live shit. I like to talk a little bit. Kay just reading. She get caught up in just reading the comments, and it's good. Well, it's good because you guys get interaction.
Mhm.
So I know you guys like the interaction, so that's why it's good. That's why I let it take over sometimes.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
it's the end of the day, Jay. That's why I usually join towards the
Yeah.
end of the live stream so you guys can get
Mhm.
Jay and talk to him directly.
Hmm.
Anyway.
I lived at Club Ave and always wanted to return. My friend is letting me stay in his home in Ayala, Alabama for a month while he's out of the country. Click it? Okay, I can't see it
Mhm.
now. Is that again? Yeah, Alabama is good. Talk, yeah. And you're in Ayala. You're good, Gizmo. Yeah, Gizmo, Ayala. You got to look up Ayala. Look up Ayala. But Ayala owns malls, so you can buy a mall.
Now it's Ayala is a place, but Alabang. He's
Alabama
asking
is
if
good.
Alabang is good.
Yes, it is good.
I'm not too sure about
No,
Alabang.
okay, he's gonna be in Ayala, Alabama. You're gonna be fine. Listen, Gizmo, I gotta paint the picture for you.
Mhm.
Ayala, Alabama. Imagine you come out of your home and you're like 2 minutes away from the mall, right? So that means you're gonna be like in the city area. Look it up. Look it up. Look up Ayala, Alabama. I bet you about a mall connected to a mall probably.
Yeah.
Guarded home. So where you're gonna be staying is fine. As far as going outside of that, doesn't really matter as long as your place is safe.
The good thing about Ayala Alabang is you're next to Cavite, you're
Mhm.
next to Batangas,
Yeah.
you're closer to
You're gonna
Manila.
be fine.
Ayala Alabang, let me see how it looks like. What city Ayala Village? Muntinlupa. It's in Muntinlupa City. Okay.
But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. I gotta end it on this note. Be sure to tune in. We may do a live stream in the middle of the week, and I don't know. We'll see how that goes. It looks like any US street, yeah. But we'll see how that goes. But guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the continued support. And we'll be sure to live again next week. If not middle of the week, we'll definitely be here Saturday and Sunday. Thank you guys. We're gonna go enjoy the rest of our night. See you next time. Peace.
Have a nice Sunday. Enjoy. Bye-bye.
Later.
Bye, guys. Jay.